Nedunjalian sir. Nedunjalian sir. Nedunjalian sir. Shall we start? Nedunjalian sir. Professor Nedunjalian.
Sir, Narasimhan sir, dana sir introduction taranga.
Narasimhana. Nedunjalian.
Come sir.
Yes sir, please sir. நீங்க நெடுஞ்செழியன் சார்னு கூப்பிட்டதுனாலதான் நான் ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணல.
எனக்கு பேர் நெடுஞ்செழியனே இருந்துச்சு அந்த இதுல, அதனால சாரி சார்.
No problem.
Extremely sorry sir. Narasimhan sir. Just a minute, I will check that. Yeah. Good morning to one and all present here. I am happy to invite Mr. Dr. B. Narasimhan, Assistant Professor, Computer Science, Department of Nehru Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, to introduce our today's chief guest. Thank you, sir. Sir, now you can introduce the chief guest, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It is my privilege and honor to introduce chief guest of today, Dr. M. Dileepan Kumar. Dr. M. Dileepan Kumar, sir, is currently working as an Associate Professor, Business Administration, Kalasalingam Business School, Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education, Krishnan Koil, Virudhunagar District, Tamil Nadu. He is also serving as the Master Trainer at the Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir is specialized in marketing, international business, entrepreneurship, labor and administrative law, shipping and logistics, and as well as psychology. His qualifications include MBA, PG, DLL and AL, DCOM, CSMS, CEM, DTH, DD in USA, and sir is the green belt holder of Six Sigma, and sir also completed MSc Applied Psychology, MPhil, MDiv, MCom, PhD. He is currently pursuing his MSc Data Science program. Sir holds 1.5 decades of experience in teaching, research, administration, training, and placements. Dr. Dileepan Kumar, sir, is also a certified ILO trainer from the International Labour Organization, which is a Chief Certified Innovation Officer from Rochester, UK, and Certified International Career Coach, Minjar. Sir is also serving as the President of Startup TN Nellai Community Circle, Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Mission, Government of Tamil Nadu. He is a startup ecosystem enabler and SDG enthusiast, a founder of 2 startups, namely Agap Informatics and Startup Patarai, and also sir is the co-founder of 2 startups, Curious Gamma Wave Learning Academy and Spunky Vibes, a Techstars co-organizer, a Startup Grand Kanyakumari co-organizer, and a TEDx organizer. To his credit, sir has authored 6 ISBN books, which includes Marketing Management, Human Resource Management, Principles of Insurance, Business Mathematics, Production Management, and Financial Management. Our chief guest of today's program is currently engaged in the participation of 3 more books. He has presented more than 270 papers in both national and international conferences, and the sir has participated in nearly 112 workshops, faculty development programs, and seminars. To his credit, sir has published many articles in leading journals, which includes UGC SCAR, Scopus Index, Web of Science, and other refereed journals, as well as conference proceedings. Sir has organized more than 280 programs at the state, national, and international levels. Sir holds 6 patents and 1 copyright to his credit. In addition to teaching, he is also a good researcher who has completed more than 7 projects, including major and minor projects funded by various funding organizations. Sir has received the Best Paper Award for 13 times, Best Presenter Award, Best Leader Award, Best CSR Award, Best Educator Award, Award for Innovation in Teaching, Management and Education, Indian Leadership Award for Education Excellence, which is received from the former Election Commissioner of India, Rashtra Vibhushan Award for Excellence in Education, which is received from the Government of Delhi, and International Achievers Award for Educational Excellence, which is received from the former Prime Minister of Thailand. Jnana Guru Award received from the former Union Minister of State for Law and Justice. Best Innovative Teacher Award received from Mr. Troy D. Klein, Director, STEM Innovation, NASA, USA, and Padma Shri Dr. V. Adi Murthy, Distinguished Honorary Professor, ISRO. பேராசிரியர் கலைமாமணி விருது received from கவியரசர் கலை தமிழ் சங்கம் நாமக்கல். இளம் பாரதி விருது Dr. Radhakrishnan Award received from the International Institute of Tamil Studies and apex body of Government of Tamil Nadu, Chennai. And not only that, கலைஞரின் முத்தமிழ் விருது and பேராசிரியர் மாமணி விருது also are received. He has traveled to Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Israel, Jordan, Palestine, Egypt, and Dubai. Sir also serves as an advisor to prestigious educational institutions and as a mentor to numerous startups. Sir holds a professional membership in many associations at the national and international levels. His mission is to do training, consulting, and mentoring with a number of national and international corporations. So, with this brief introduction, I would like to invite Sir for taking over this session, and it gives me a great privilege and honor, and I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to introduce such a great resource person, and I feel indebted for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the nice introduction. And I thank personally the organizers for arranging this wonderful faculty development program, and which is again the need of the hour, because nowadays even most of the institutions has been ranked on the perspectives of innovation and the startup that what they have come across. So probably this is the right time for the faculty educators to know how about the entrepreneurship and innovation, because these are the two arena in which we as a faculty we need to be strengthen ourselves. Only when we started strengthening, we can strengthen the ecosystem within the campus, and at the same time we can even able to strengthen our own students, because nowadays every year if you're taking on an average, there are almost lakhs and lakhs of people is coming out. Not I'm not talking about the PG and PhD, I'm talking about the undergraduate program alone. So there are almost more than lakhs and lakhs of people is coming out of their graduation program. But end of the day, when we are looking into the job market, who is there to give placement opportunities for them? It is again a bigger question mark. It is not only in my minds, I hope it is in the minds of everyone. Now here comes that entrepreneurship as an alternative career, where a student can turn himself as an entrepreneur. So how are we as a faculty? We are going to facilitate the students in that aspects, because today the session is going to be how are we going to develop the and promote the entrepreneurship development programs within the campus, and what are the methodologies and tools and techniques what we are going to adopt. Okay, so this is what actually the structured program of the DST under this particular scheme. But let us take it to the in a real case scenario. Let's talk more about the reality. So I hope people, though almost 20 plus, 25 plus have joined here. The main thing is like one thing that I can stress is like let us understand the need actually at the very first. It is not on the point of like we as a professors we do come we do because again today I used to say to many of the my professors that the professors those who handled earlier very earlier they are the blessed professors when compared to us, because today teaching becomes very less and documentation becomes very more. Of course everyone will accept it, I think so. The same thing here, we need to go an extra mile. That's what even when I worked in one institution, the managing director of the institution often will say one particular point: we need to bring value to our own table. And here is entrepreneurship is one among the value that we as a faculty we need to hold on, because any institution if you go, people will not deny you if you run a business. Earlier we have a set of documentation. The moment when you're joining any other institution, you'll be having some joining formalities, and even in your offer letter itself, it will be mentioned that you should not run any business, you should not take tuition, you should not work for other institution, and all those things. And now the entire statutory bodies, either it may be NAC or NBA or UGC or ASCT, whatever it may be, now everyone started insisting us to work on collaborative mode, number one. And second, they are asking us to move on with startups. I'm very happy that there are few institutions who supports faculty in the startups activities. Okay, even the institution is funding some of the faculties for running out their own startups. Okay, so what we are going to do is like, let us know about what is the real fact which is there in the market. Okay, we take India as an example, being as a growing nation, though we can talk about lot many economics concept, but still it has been progressing. That if we don't come to a conclusion that our economy is very good, because now today after the imposing of GST, it is again very difficult for us. In what aspects it is very difficult? Because today the spending power itself has been reduced. Okay, so being as a faculty educator on entrepreneurship and innovation, what are the things that we are going to strengthen our ecosystem within the campus? The moment when we started strengthening the ecosystem, automatically we do will adapt to a methodology where we can run many programs in the institution. So coming to a point, this 1.5 hours of first session is going to be with the concept of three particular note. Let us get to know about the awareness on entrepreneurship. Probably already in the last sessions, probably yesterday and the day before yesterday, you could have come across with this awareness. But let me also touch on some points, and then based on that, let me even conclude. 1 minute.
Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience. The speaker will join immediately. Sorry for the inconvenience. Be patient. Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience. The speaker will join immediately due to some technical reason. Please bear with us. Sorry, extremely sorry. Please bear with us.
Sorry.
Sir, you can continue.
Sorry, I was called by my dean. That's what.
No issues, sir. No issues, sir.
Okay.
You can continue.
The thing is like, let us fix on to three particular concepts. One is awareness. Let us get aware about what is entrepreneurship and why is entrepreneurship is needed for the hour actually. And then let us also learn about the education that what we are giving to our students. And the third point is, let us, how are we going to handhold this entrepreneurship set or the entrepreneurial ecosystem within the campus? Because when the campus have a good entrepreneurial ecosystem, we will have a good vibe as per the language what often used by the 2K kids. They need a vibe. So when automatically this vibe is there, automatically your campus will get flourished. The programs that what you organize will get flourished. The methodology what you follow will also get flourished out of it. So what is the thing that I can say right now here is like, number one, let us know about why is entrepreneurship is need of the hour. I told you again, considering job market, and today we are talking about skill development. Even Tamil Nadu government has come up with Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. And when you're talking about the central, we can talk about Skill India. So all these organizations, these bodies are working on skilling the people. And coming to India, India India has a demographic dividend as of now. We are talking about Japan, we are talking about Koreas and all those things. And earlier they have a demographic dividend, and their demographic dividend is the very what I can say, like the most important thing for them, for the country as a nation as a large to be flourished. And today India is going with this demographic dividend. But we as a faculty, we as an educator, what we are going to do with this demographic dividend? That is what my question that I need to put forth in this platform. Because like when you're talking about demographic dividend, it is up to us, the faculty, to convert this demographic dividend or to transform this demographic dividend to a talent dividend or a skilled dividend. So entrepreneurship, among all the skills, soft skills, like life skills and all many skills, entrepreneurship is also one among the skills, and that will take our students to the next level of growth. So that is what that I need to say. So instead of a student going behind, running behind the companies, running behind the employment office, placement office, and with many intermediaries behind the placements to grab the opportunities which is available in the market, it is better that a student can start their own enterprise and they can run a business and they can offer, instead of a seeker, they can convert themselves into a provider where they can provide job opportunities for many others. So that is what I can say. So that is what the level of awareness that we need to impart to our own fellow students. That's what every program, it starts with awareness on entrepreneurship. So being as a faculty, what let's fix on, let's create some awareness. Okay, so when we started creating an awareness, we'll be getting a vibe in promoting the entrepreneurship development programs. See, normally I can say in my case, what I used to do was when I run a ESL, automatically the very first thing is I'll call some of the coordinators, student coordinators. I'll sensitize them on the importance of this entrepreneurship. And in turn, what the student coordinators they used to do is they'll find some of the trees. They'll go, they'll find the tree, they will put some banners and all those things. This is actually students started driving it out. They put a banner and everything, and now they are calling out for a registration in this particular cell among the all the students, not only to the limited to the department, but for the entire organization. And now once they started registering, automatically the student themselves started nominating themselves, who is the president and vice president. They're giving some what is this the roles and everything. So this is how the level of awareness it should be. Why it is, when you're talking about with the students about the job, the problems or the difficulties that getting placed in an organization or any of the company within India or whatever country it may be, the difficulties they should understand, because today's generation is again, it is very difficult because they're not able to understand what is the reality in the job market, because after completing an MBA program or a BBA program, most of the time the students what they are thinking is like India is a country where they can enjoy the white collar job. There is no white collar job in India, because when you're talking about in India in particular, even if the prime minister, if he is sitting in the chair, he has to walk down. He need to do the campaign for him to be elected as the prime minister of the country. So it is all almost the hands have to get dirt. That the students should know it out. So you what you do is you the better part is like sensitize the students on the awareness of entrepreneurship. So that is what DSC is also sponsoring this program, to sensitize the faculty and developers. Because once we all have, many of them, maybe how many of you are here as IAC Innovation Ambassador? Can you please raise, or you can even put it in the chat? How many of the faculty who have joined here? We have almost 32 faculty here. How many of you are an IAC Innovation Ambassador? Can I get the quick reply?
Sorry, sir, no one has replied.
Yeah, okay, not an issue, sir. Normally that will happen, not an issue. Okay. So the thing is like when you're talking about innovation ambassadors, IAC has their own structure. In even we do have another two ecosystems, Startup Tree and an EDI in Tamil Nadu. They do have their own systems. So everyone they have a structured program. But how are we going to fit into all those programs? We should, as a faculty, we should also know we get aware about it. It's not only on the part of being an IAC innovation ambassador or being the faculty coordinator for the entrepreneurship cell. See, actually we all hold this additional responsibility. And what is the end result of this additional responsibility? It becomes, what is the thing is, most of the time, even faculty as well as a student, most of the time, even faculty itself, what they are thinking, it is holding an entrepreneurship cell coordinator is yet another responsibility. That is what they are thinking. So it should not be in think in that aspects. We are the one who is to create opportunities for the students. We are the one who is going to mold, and we are going to put the students into the next level of shift. So that can be done only through this entrepreneurship. And coming to this particular thing, education. I can even put forth one thing that we are talking about many startups nowadays, because even Central has come up with Startup India, Startup India policy. Now Tamil Nadu has come up with Tamil Nadu state startup policy. Every state, okay, has come across with their own state policy on innovation and innovation and entrepreneurship. So now what is the thing is like, how, do we have as an institution any startup policy? Do we have innovation and entrepreneurship policy within the campus? Again, it is a bigger question that I can say, because normally when we're talking about this entrepreneurship, we are taking it as one among the club. Normally in institution we'll be having some club activities, so we are considering entrepreneurship as one of the club, and by considering that as a club, we are working. So entrepreneurship, it should not serve as a club, it should be the main thing for the any institution, because today even NAC, we have criteria 3 which talks about innovation. We are talk NIRF, normally it ranked the institutions on other parameters, and now they have also come across with innovation band. Okay, earlier it was ARIA. So all ranking frameworks now they started giving importance to this innovation and education, innovation and entrepreneurship. How are we as a faculty? We are going to give importance for these things. Okay, that is again a bigger question that I need to ask. So the questions, whatever I'm asking, is like I want to make you aware about the prevailing situation which is there in India, and in particular to our institution. And next, coming to the education part, we need to make our students to understand more about the failure stories. Okay, when you're talking about startups, there are a lot many startups which are normally used to emerge in the market, but end of the day, 1 or 2, 3 years, they are closing down or they're shutting down. So there is some failure is also getting happened. So more of giving keen interest on the success journey of an entrepreneur. Let's also talk about the failures of entrepreneurship. Okay, that is also one of the methodology that I can say. Say for example, Tata has come up with one particular vehicle called as nano car. So this Tata nano car, earlier they thought that it is a success, but now it is not actually succeeded in the market. It becomes failure, because one of the reason is it is the vision of Tata to make India with every house should have a four-wheeler. This is the vision of Tata, but it is not the vision of an individual. Who was the car to Tata? Whether we have asked it out? And there is one particular world called as cheapest car. Okay, it is like 1 lakh you can get a car. Okay, so these things are in the minds of, when you're talking about the mindsets of the Indians, either we have it or not, either we poor or rich, that is secondary. But whatever the thing is, we have a mindset that we have to be the best out of it. Okay, so getting a 1 lakh of car is, again, it is very thing, because when you hold a nano car, the prestige again comes down. So no one have started buying the car. Only people with the craze, whoever has booked earlier, they alone have bought the car, and the bookings have been stopped. No one is started intending towards the purchase of that particular nano car. So this is again a greater problem, and that is what the reason why Tata Nano car has been failed. Even we can talk one other example called as Google Glass. So Google, being a big company, they have come across with a blockbuster product. I may not say that product is not good. The product is a blockbuster product, but the thing is that this product is being implemented or being launched for the wrong person, that I can say. I don't know how many of you are aware about this Google Glass. So Google, like a normal spectacles, they have come across with one particular glass, and your mobile phones has been integrated over it, and where you can read all those messages and everything over the in the glass itself. And now this generation, no, even we can talk about our people, ourselves, because though we are not digital natives, being a digital immigrants, every day in the morning we got up with our phone, and at the same time we'll be also moving on to the bed with the phone. Okay, the same, this present generation is also doing the thing, and we, as being the traditional generation also, we have been practiced in such a way. So the moment, like when we start early in the morning with the phone, and when you're moving out, moving for sleep also, with the phone we are moving on. So we have been practiced in a way that where will be using mobile phones. So for people those who are using mobile phones, if Google has come up with Google Glass, who is there to buy it out? So this is actually a right product. I may not say that this is a wrong product, but this is the right product for the wrong people. That's what I can say. Because if the Google has launched it for the people those are in the border security, okay, because normally people are not supposed to take phones and everything for the securities those who are there in the borders of the nation. So if it is being launched for them, then it is very easy because they could have bought it up, and this product may also be succeeded in the market. So we need to understand the failures of the entrepreneurship. So what was the reason behind it? So what has literally happened, or what is the loophole, or what is the lacuna among it? This is also, as a faculty, we need to educate to our students. Okay, and let us also come across with three concepts here, because these are the three concepts in which we can do the framework or the methodology, whatever we can say. Okay, one is the problem solution fit, so, and second one is product market fit, and the third one is it is all about scalability. These are the three important things, because every entrepreneurship program, it comes within this three things. Okay, one is awareness, I can say, where you can make an awareness to the students about the entrepreneurship. You can cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset among the students. Okay, you can even bridge the gap, their thoughts and everything through this entrepreneurial mindset workshop. And after then, you need to go on with three concepts called as problem solution fit, product market fit, as well as the scalability. We're talking about problem solution fit, as I told you right now, because you should literally understand what is the problem. Okay, most of the time, what we used to do is 1 minute. Okay, so coming to the point, like normally when you're talking about a problem solution fit, daily we'll be come across with many problems. Okay, day in and day out, we'll be having lot many problems. Okay, so we need to educate the students to smell out the problems what they are facing on a daily basis. Okay, and they have to empathize the problem. This may be a problem for us, but may not for someone. If you are thinking that this is the greater problem, and if you work on with solutions or a product for this particular problem, automatically the end customer will be the one who has come across with the problem alone, will be the end customer for that particular product. So what we need to do is, after identifying the problem, let us know about whether this is the problem that what we alone is facing, or the entire group of people is facing it out. So what is the thing that we can come across? So what is the best solution or the apt solution that we can go with this particular problem? So problem identification is very important, because only through problem identifications we can get to know about the real problem statement. Because when you're talking about a problem statement, most of the time we are throwing the problem statement like as it is. Okay, if a problem statement is not right, then the ending up of solution is also, it is not up, it is inappropriate. So what we need to do is, let us focus more about the problems, because that problem will take us to the next level. Okay, because normally, as being a faculty, most of you are doctorates. We know that when we identify the problem only, we can end up with the good results for our research. The same thing. What is the thing in entrepreneurship is identify the problem which is prevailing in the market or any situations or in the society. Okay, say for example, if you are taking one other example is air pollution. If you take Delhi has recently come across with one particular problem called as the air pollution. Okay, so this air pollution, to who? Why is this air pollution? To whom is getting happen? Who is undergoing this particular problem often? Okay, you need to come across with all those particular points, and at the same time, you should also add one more thing, like when is the problem happen, for whom it has happened, why it has happened. Okay, these are the three questions that we need to answer. And the thing is, we need to come across with two impacts. What is the emotional part of this particular issue? What is the quantifiable impact out of it? So when you're talking about when it is where it is happened in Delhi. When it is happened during the summertime, and why is it happened? Because of the large number of vehicles which has been used there in the on the roads. Okay, so when you're talking about emotional impact, students those who are moving on, people those who are working on, they'll be getting asthma, so they'll be suffocating. There will be lot many frustration, even it may lead to frustration. So these are the emotional impact that out of this problem that is coming out with. And quantifiable impact is, like when you're talking about quantifiable impact, we need to quantify what is happening. Say, for example, WHO, World Health Organization, has come across that for a particular state, this the air quality control, it has this much of level of air quality control. It has to have only this much. When this it gets beyond, automatically the problem here will be in a bigger part. That's what we can say. So the problem, what will be getting happen, it becomes very bigger case. The air quality, when it reduces the air quality, or the air quality has become poor and poor and poor, then automatically that is what this is a quantifiable impact we need to work on. So this is again a serious case which has to be addressed, So what are we going to do? Okay, so in this case, like we need to find, after identifying all those things, we need to ask our students to go with one particular concept called as the solutions, or else the alternative suggestions for that particular problem. And when we funnel up all those things, automatically we can identify the right problem statement, pick up the right problem statement. Let's work on. Say, for example, in my institution, what we used to do is like after post lunch, if you do any sessions, automatically the students feel sleepy. And this is a bigger problem, not only for me, for the entire faculty members. So what is the thing we need to do it? We started researching on it. We identify the problem in a very right way, but the next step is we started researching, and we found out one solution that I don't know how, there is one tea called as Cloud9 tea. Actually, this what we made this we started making this tea actually. Okay, so what we did is, there are a group of students who are involved in the entrepreneurship. They come up with one particular solution for this particular problem. The thing is, like, they the thing is, like, they pick up the one flower in Tamil called as Sangapushpam. Okay, it is like a bluish or violet color flower which can be available on the seeds even. So the best thing is, when the moment when you pick up all this Sangapushpam, actually it is edible. But nowadays, for the past 20 to 30 years, we are not consuming it, because we are not aware that that particular flower is an edible one. And actually it is an edible one. And the best part of this particular flower is, like, the moment when you take this flour, and we need to dry it out, we need to make it as a tea powder by adding all these spices. And what we used to do is, we made a dip thing, like a dipped format of the tea. And what we did is, we circulated to this, we have gave all this thing to our students. Earlier, the taste was not that much preferred for the fact of students. But what we did is, if we squeeze the lemon in that particular tea, the color of the tea will get changed. Okay, so it will change, like one or three colors it will change. That's what it is called as Cloud9. So what we did is, like, when we started doing this changing of colors, automatically the students have be more interest to this particular tea, and they started drinking. But the main purpose of this particular tea is, even if he feels sleep, he will not sleep, because this particular tea will make him to be alert in the classroom. It will not feel asleep. That's what I can say. It will not allow the student to feel asleep. So this is one thing that I can say. So identify the problem. See, you need not go to the job market. Even in your institution, you will have lot many problems. So you can make that as a problem statement to your students. So framework some methodology on it. So, like, you can even run department level hackathons. You can, like, year-wise hackathons. Like, you can run something. Okay, so main purpose of hackathon is to come up with the best idea, okay, or a best solution for a particular problem. So 3 months once, okay, for maybe a quarter, what we can do is, what are the problems that the institution is facing it out, or your department is facing out. Put that problem as a problem statement. Maybe there may be some, because now, most of the time, if you advise or counsel the students on certain aspects, because the moment when you ask grievance with the students, they will say that electric current illa sir, fan oda matekkudu, தண்ணி இல்ல sir. These are the complaints that we will be receiving it out. But put this complaint as a problem statement to them itself. They will come up with an alternative solution. Now the grievance redressal mechanism is also closed now. Okay, these are the simple ways where we can sensitize the students actually, that I can say. So what we are planning here is out, like, this is what a problem solution fit is all about. So what is the real problem? Understand the essence of the problem, come up with one problem statement, identify the best solution for it among the alternative solutions, and among these all the solution, funnel up which is the best one, identify the best one, and go across. That's what I can say. And second thing is like product market fit. Okay, so after the solution or the idea what you have come across, do a prototype. Okay, develop it as a product, or it may be a service, whatever it may be. Do a prototype, flow it in the market, at least like a pilot study or like a sample testing. Flow it in the market, test it out, and based on the test report, then you can take it to the large scale or the next level. That's what I can say. So before getting into the going to the market, the people should also understand about the go to market strategies. That is also very important, GTM. So understand the go to market strategies. Okay, how are we going to fix the price for it, or how are we going to promote our product, and what is the level of market that we can say. Many examples that I can say. See, when Rin is taking over, sorry, the Surf Excel is being a detergent powder earlier. Rin is a detergent cake. Now Surf Excel being as a detergent powder, they take over Rin, actually the Rin detergent cake. But during that time, the promotion what they did is, the wrapper or this the wrapper of that particular detergent cake, it has both the names of the company. Rin, there is an arrow mark saying Surf Excel, which is in Tamil it is marketed as இப்பொழுது Rin Surf Excel ஆக புதிதாக, like that they have marketed out. So it becomes that people those who buy Rin or Rin soap earlier will buy Surf Excel detergent powder also. People those who bought Surf Excel powder earlier will automatically will start buying the detergent cake. So this is how the promotional activity, they being a big company, they have come across. So when we as a come up with one idea, being as a startup idea, how are we going to identify the market? Okay, which is our own market? Either we need to know which is our market, or we need to create our own market. Okay, that is two things which is important. Either know how what is the market where we need to work on, or if there is no market, the better part is create your own market and work on it. So that's what I can say. So another part is like, after identifying this pricing strategy, the promotionals and everything, test your product. After testing, you can identify that whether our product is fit to the market or not. Most of the time, we'll be designing a product, we'll be floating them on the market, but there is no people who is ready to get the product. Okay, so because there may be some mismatching will be getting happen. That's what we need to ask our students to go with this particular concept called as problem solution fit. Sorry, product market fit. Once the product market becomes fitted, and the testing and everything is done, they can go with scalability. They can go to the large scale. They can move on to the next level by producing more products, putting in the market, and they can even run the show. So these are the two things which, three things which are being as a faculty, we need to educate our students. So let's talk about awareness. Let's talk about education also. Now the most important thing is we are going to talk about the hand holding of this particular thing. So how are we going to handhold these things? What is the thing that which will make us to handhold the entrepreneurship cell or the entrepreneurship club, or we can or the Center for Entrepreneurship, or whatever it may be, the forums that what we do have in our own organization. So how are we going to strengthen this particular part? That we need to look on. So central government has come across with one particular thing called as IAC, Institute Innovation Council, which has been in an initiative of Ministry of Education again. And IAC has their own structured program. Okay. And now what is the thing is, my humble request to all faculty is don't run behind this getting star in IAC. Okay. Instead, because most of the time, as I hail from a down south, that I can say that here most of the colleges, what, because I'm also being an external advisory board member for most of the IACs. So the moment when the faculty concerned in the institution, when they present, they'll be focusing on activities which makes them to get star. It is not about the rating. It is all about the impact that what we create within the organization or within the institution. Okay, so at the time they'll be talking for stars. When I ask a question that what is the impact out of this particular program, you do run lot many programs. What is the impact out of it? If you run this particular, if you run a problem statement canvas, what is the outcome of it? If you run a business model canvas, what is the outcome of it? If you run a design thinking course, what is the outcome of it? Again, a bigger question mark. So it is not behind running behind the rankings, running behind the stars, ratings, and all those things. It is all because of the creating impact within the institution. So my humble request to all faculty members who have joined here is Though you may be an entrepreneurship educator or you may not be, sometimes even for NAC's sake or for some other bodies, we may register for this program. But my humble request for you people is you have registered somehow or another way, you have been imported or with this particular entrepreneurial mindset. Please take it to the next level of growth. Please take it to your own students level. At least throw this spark to your students. Support them. Either even if your institution is not ready to do it, you during the off timing, you can even support them through online. That's what I can say. Now, after this post-COVID, everyone we know about the usage of this online. Even this meeting earlier, it was a physical meeting, and now DS is encouraging us to do it in an online mode, and we are doing it in an online mode. So you can even see, like like I have lot many groups. Okay, we are also serving as a mentor for IITs and IIMs. Sitting here in down south, where I am nowhere related with IIT and IIMs, but we are serving as a mentors for those organizations. The main purpose of it is we need to be available for this generation. First, please understand that thing. This generation need us very badly, but we are not available to them. Okay, when we are the students, faculty was more available. We are reluctant to go mingle with the faculty, and now this generation needs faculty on many other aspects. But because I'm not blaming you, because we are loaded with more of documentation work, and that makes us not to have a good relationship with the students. But talk with the students. At least spend an half an hour of your daily time with the students. Get to know about what is their thing. Okay, even see the recent case that I can say one thing. There are in my own institution that we have an official photographer who used to take photo for the ID card purposes. And recently, this guy, because of his health problem, that guy has passed away. And now we face not many difficulties to take passport size photo, because if I ask the passport students to bring their passport size photo, the background will be different, the dress code, everything will be different, which there will not be a uniformity, which will not be over there. So what we thought is what we can do in it. We put this problem statement to our own students. Immediately we got response from two students who are already working with studio. And now what we did is we came across with one thing, Care Studio Factory, where we boarded these two people, and now they started doing it as a startup. 1 minute.
Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience. Please be patient. Sorry for the inconvenience. The resource person will be back. I request all the participants to be for all the sessions, because some people are coming and they are leaving out immediately. Because based on your attendance only, will receive the certificate from DST. Please kindly cooperate with the organizers.
Sorry. So the thing is like what I can say is like so this is what a problem statement I put forth. This has happened last week. Immediately these two guys, what they have come across was they two joined hands and they registered it as a startup. And now officially we ordered to our department that any programs or anything comes, the photography will be taken by these students as they run a startup. Okay, this is how we are supporting them. This is an impact. Okay, so likewise, you can create more impacts. It is not behind running up with the structured program, because even DST is also asking about what is the methodology, tools, and techniques for us to work on with this entrepreneurship development programs. This EDP is again, you cannot work on a structured way. It is as it is, we need to move. Like, putting it in a nutshell, we need to go by the flow. Okay, see, you recently IIT Bombay has come across with one particular thing called as normally every year they used to do National Entrepreneurship Challenge, and this NEC is being organized by the students. Only thing is, being as a faculty, we need to handhold the cells, handhold the forums and clubs that what we do have in an organization, and the entire program under our purview. The program should be run by the students. It is by the students, of the students, and for the students. We need to go into democratic principles in this particular clubs. Okay, the moment when you put forth the students, automatically everything will work out. Everything will go in the nice way. Only thing is, we need to handhold it. Our overseeing should be there. And now the best thing is, before getting into the programs, you can, being as a faculty, we can nominate certain people. Normally, what we used to do is we'll be having like cabinet ministers here. Like there will be one higher minister. Higher minister is the president, like president of an organization. Either you can name it. It is the nomination, the naming. It is left to your choice. You can even name it as president, vice president, secretary, joint secretary, treasurer, or else the higher minister, deputy higher minister, like that. Minister for each thing. Okay, minister for programs, minister for projects, like that. Also, you can even name it. So we can even name it. The naming is left to your choice. You can even do the nomination and naming and everything. Okay. So the part is like, let us handhold these things through this particular leadership council. Once this leadership council has been set, the next step is develop a methodology, or else sitting along with the leadership council, prepare an Excel sheet. Okay, what are the programs we are going to conduct in this particular month? What is the program that we are going to done? Because many institutions, what we do is IAC will be have one professor will have IAC, one professor will have the incubation, one professor will run the e-cell. Actually, people should know that these all are one and the same. Maybe the ecosystem is different. They all are one and the same. Okay, so that the problem is professor of IAC will not cooperate with ESL, professor of ESL will not cooperate with incubation. This is actually a mismatching which is happening in many institutions. But collaborate it. Okay, put everyone into one thing and make it as one particular cell, entrepreneurship cell. So this entrepreneurship cells are club. What we have in our institution is we name it as InnoSpark Hub. So in Spark Hub, what you know is innovation, and we are sparking innovation to our students. So we make it as Spark Hub. Okay, so you can coin some any fancy names or any catchy names, because this generation looks on this catchiness. So we make it as Spark Hub. So you can even and like there is one organization called as G Square. You can even have E Square, Entrepreneurship Square. Okay, it is left to your choice. Okay, now on board the students those who are interested in the field of entrepreneurship. Okay, the nomination generally what I used to do is we ask the level of interest or expression of interest from the students for this particular club or to this particular hub. The people those who are shown interest, among them will be getting the nomination. Among the nomination will be having an interview in selecting the leadership council members. You can even do that thing. Okay, and you can even ask the students, the members who have been nominated themselves to serve as a leadership council. You can even ask them to do a presentation. The student themselves will come and do the presentation. Either know English or Tamil, that is secondary. They'll come and do it. நான் இது இது பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், இதெல்லாம் நான் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Okay, if a student is having that spirit, give an opportunity, put him into this leadership council, and they will run this show. Okay, so now coming to the program part, the program what we can do was put an Excel sheet, sit along with the council members, along with the leadership council members. We can even plan the outline of the program. Okay, I think someone has her mic has been.
I will check it out.
Ganesh Babu sir.
Yes, yes, yes. I have muted, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, okay. So now what we used to do is we'll move on to the programs, put on Excel sheet, sit along with the leadership council members, either for the quadrant or for a monthly basis, we can even plan out the program. Okay, how IIC has a structured program on every quadrant, even we can also include that thing also here. The thing is, connect the every program is an outcome, because nowadays what every ranking frameworks, accreditation, and everything is talking about outcome again. Even Mannar Thirumale Naikar College is an autonomous institution, I hope. Am I correct, sir? Anbumuli, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are an
Yeah.
autonomous institution.
So now every institution, either it is autonomous or affiliated, or it has been an university, that is secondary. But now every institution started following OBE mode of education, outcome-based education. And every course that what we have, a course should be have a course outcome. A program should have a program outcome. That should be program specific objective. outcome should be there. Likewise, any program you organize, what is the outcome of the program? Okay, have an objective. What is the program? What is its objective? What is the flow that what you are going to do, or the process, and what is the outcome? Let us talk about outcome in terms of impact when it comes to entrepreneurship. I ran this particular program, and out of this program, there are three startups who have emerged in my institution. That is the bigger strength of the institution. Okay, so we need to work on this particular aspect. So how we can work it out? Okay, simple thing. IAC is one of the ecosystem what we have when it comes to central. When it comes to central, again we have one ecosystem called as MSME, and in MSME there are a lot many bodies is also there. Next, when you're talking about state, Tamil Nadu in particular, we do have two ecosystem, government authorized government ecosystem, I can say. One is EDIA, Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, an autonomous body of government of Tamil Nadu again, and another one is Startup TN. So Startup TN, this is also again an autonomous body of the government of Tamil Nadu. So what EDA is working on, EDA works on training and developing the students in the field of innovation and entrepreneurship. What Startup TN is doing after the training, Startup TN is giving funds, seed money, and all those things. They are taking the students to the next level to run a startup. Okay, this is what the two organizations. Okay, onboard these two things, two organization. Okay, one, you can include IAC, MSME, and all those things, and even there are a lot many things. BIRAC, if a college is having BIRAC, you can go biotechnology, you can go with BIRAC. If you based on the specialization, sorry, the disciplines, what we offer, the program that what you offer, you can, there are the n number of organizations are there both at central and state level. Okay, so how we, let us make them as an ecosystem within the campus. Okay, let us build a good ecosystem where by including all this IAC, MSME, state level ecosystems like Startup TN as well as EDIA. Okay, so include all those things within the organization and plan out the programs. That's what I can say. Okay, without including these things, things will not get happen. So the best thing is understand whatever the thing is available in the market. Based on that, you board them as a ecosystem. So this is one way that we can promote entrepreneurship development program within the campus. See, normally when you're talking about business people, they will satisfy their needs, but when it is entrepreneurship, it is all about creating the needs. So let's creating the needs by understanding the ecosystem again. So how are we going to strengthen the individual's entrepreneurial motive here when it comes to entrepreneurial development program? And what are the ways in which we are going to acquire skills for our students through this EDP? And what is the capability for us as well as for the leadership council and the members of the forums to play their roles very effectively? See, normally, if you find cheetah, if it is not only cheetah, the image resembles being as a leopard, also being as a jaguar. So where are we? Either we are being a cheetah or leopard or a jaguar. Okay, it is left to our own hand. Okay, as I told, IAC identify the reward innovations and success stories of the IAC, because IAC has also come across with one particular thing called as Yukti portal. Okay, so everyone who have an idea will register their ideas in the Yukti challenge. Okay, so who is the winner? Okay, put that thing into your in the minds of the students and organize periodical workshops, seminars, interact with the entrepreneurs. You can even bring the entrepreneurs. See, what normally I used to do is, actually it is, I'm in planning, I'm about to start. Every Wednesday by evening 6 to 7, we are going to have a concept called as Wednesday Wisdom. So this Wednesday Wisdom, what we are going to onboard entrepreneurs. So these entrepreneurs will do our 40 minutes of live session for our students. Okay, so the students can be motivated in that way. Okay, cultivate or bring a platform where a student and entrepreneur can meet. Okay, so identify some of the professionals, or and at the same time, if a student has an idea where, see, a student may be technically sound or they may be non-technical, but if you are being as a faculty, when we are not technically sound, you can even onboard some mentor. You can create a mentor pool for the student innovators. Okay, if a student is innovating something, put a tag, give a badge that so and so student is a student innovator of Mannar Thermal Naikar College. Okay, put your logo and everything and give it out. That give a prestige automatically. That is also will spark the rest other people. And often organize some hackathons, some idea competitions, or some mini challenges by involving the industries into the organization. We do have institute industry interface. Okay, institute industry partnership cell is there in the organization. You can even get the help of that coordinator also. Bring an industry, let the students can present their ideas. Let's match all those things. Let them go with the challenges. And one other thing is incubation center. If participants who are participated right now in this FEDP, if your institution is not having this incubation center, go find an institution who run very good incubation center. You can even sign an MOU with them and you can start a pre-incubation center. Okay, not an incubation center. You can even start a pre-incubation center. Say for example, this pre-incubation center will help you out because the main incubation center, no, the institution which is offering this pre-incubation status for you, that incubation center will handhold your pre-incubation center, and at the same time they will also mentor you. Okay, so incubator programs is nothing but it plays a crucial role in nurturing the Indian startup ecosystem. Okay, see, like they can even there will be some founders mentorship will be get happen, resources will be shared to them, networking opportunities will be provided to them, because the ultimate trail is to aid them in the growth of their business. So when you're talking about India, we do have several incubators that are available for startups to join and kickstart their journey. In Tamil Nadu, we do have a lot many incubation centers. Even I am ready to offer free incubation for few institutions which is across Madurai Virudhunagar region. If you are being the participants from any arts and science colleges, any other colleges, if you want to collaborate with us, we are ready to collaborate with you also, because we have a DST funded incubation center within my institution. Okay, and next to the thing is accelerators. It is important to understand the difference between the startup accelerators and incubator. So how are we going to choose the ideal one for the startup? Okay, so these things is also one among the program that we need to infuse within the organization. So say for an example, I can even say there are some top level incubation centers for startups in Tamil Nadu also. The one best thing is IIT Madras. Okay, IIT Madras have their own incubation center. Wilgrow is again a very good supporter, an investor again. RTBA is there, Satyabama is there, okay, Kalasalingam is there. There are Amrita Technologies, a lot many incubation centers are there. The main purpose of incubation centers is to facilitate the resources which is available to them and to support the early stage startups. Most of the time, our students will be having an idea without even the supportive ecosystem, because that's what I told you very earlier, that we need to strengthen the ecosystem which is available. Only if you strengthen the ecosystem available, you can take the entrepreneurship to the next level of growth. Most of the time, what we are doing, because we do have inabilities. Inabilities is common for every institution. Okay, we don't have that much of infrastructure even in the institution. So what we'll do, we'll stop the idea. Or else we will not entertain the students to move forward to the next level. This is what we used to do. So instead of that, find some of the good incubation centers within your locality or within your organization. And what you do is go to that particular incubation center, talk with them, and come up with the concept called as pre-incubation center concept. And this pre-incubation center, one minute. Okay, so this is the concept that I can say. So understand the necessity of incubation center. Okay, and mostly the incubation center services, or it is within the they used to provide mentorship, networking, funding opportunities. There will be some office space, co-working space will be there. Even they will help you in registering your company. Because when you're talking about, see, incubation centers have a lot many fun, and there is also one other thing called as Atal Innovation Mission, where many engineering institutions have ACIC, Atal Community Innovation. Okay, the main purpose of Atal Community Innovation is like, one minute. Okay, the main purpose of this particular thing is they will take you to innovation, research, and entrepreneurial activities. Sometimes you may not have the funding position, but the people, those who are over there, who have literally running their incubation, they will be having funding position. So somehow or another way, we can collaborate with them to run a programs, or we can collaborate with them in utilizing those funds. That is what the best way we as an entrepreneurship educator should look on. Okay. And the next thing is, I told you about one other central ecosystem called as DIC. The main purpose of DIC is like under DIC, we do have Sitco, ThoughtCo is also there, TabSetco is there, cooperative banks are there, SIPCOT is there, TransitCo, many organizations are there. Okay. And these will help us in enabling the improvements of the support environment for the entrepreneurship. Okay, understand who are they or what are their visions, because under DIG there are there are like DIG there are many organizations I told you. So understand their vision and their objectives, in which way we can get connect with them, and in which way that we can support the organization. See, one success story I can say is the organization where I worked earlier. One of my faculty, he needs an additional income. Okay, apart from that, so he needs an additional income. So this additional income, what we did is like, we take the faculty the faculty has an idea of cultivate or doing polyhouse farming. Okay, we take them to the DIC office, and DIC office also understand the need for this polyhouse farming in a region where it is very dry. Okay, it is actually Thoothukudi is my native. In that particular region, it is very dry. You can't find the climate is not much that enough to run this show. Okay, so what we will be doing it out is this polyhouse farming is again need of the earth for that particular locality. Now DIC is ready to fund for that particular organization, and when DIC is ready to fund, they have made it as a subsidiary fund. So only within 1 year time period, they paid all the funds that what they have received from the banks, and now they are running it in the very nice way. Okay, so this is how I can say. So understand what are the objectives of these particular organization, or what in which area they'll render help or they'll render their support. Identify all those things. Connect your student who have an innovative ideas to that particular organization. Okay, same thing. Financial TATCO is also giving fast tech power supply, like scheme is there. Okay, and even they are also coming up with the self-employment program for youth. They are also setting up clinic by young doctors. Okay, so there are somehow they are also helping it out apart from providing financial assistance. Helping in the sense they are providing financial assistance. So like that, you understand what are the organization which is available. Okay. Next, we'll look into what are the opportunities that you think to promote your EDP. Okay. So there is an entrepreneurial process is there. As I told you very earlier, identify the opportunity, establish a vision for it, persuade others also, gather some resources, create a new venture or a product or market, and as an often as changes comes, adapt to that particular change with the time. Okay, and it is again now it becomes very easy. Okay, any startups if you run registration, MSME and documentation, it becomes very easy nowadays. There is lot many improve accessibility is there to get finance from many government agencies also. Only thing is we are not aware of it. Okay, that's what I told you. Collaborate your institution with some other institution who already has an existing incubation facility within their campus. Okay, let us get the supports from them, so that we'll be having or we can enhance our understanding in the concept of startup financing. And one other organization is NISBUD. I don't know how many of you know it. National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. And NISBUD is also one of the central thing where it is actually a highest body which is established in 1983 by the Ministry of Industry, Government of India. So what is the thing is you can even entrusted coordinate with them with the different agencies and for the entrepreneurship development program again. And even you can do many training activities. They are coming forward for organizing programs, which is again totally new. Okay, so the ultimate goal of this is again to create a conducive environment for emergence of entrepreneurship. It doesn't mean for this organization or that organization. And one other thing is EDI Ahmedabad, probably you people have come across with this particular concept. Again, EDI Ahmedabad is a national institute set up by the Public Financial Institution and Government of Gujarat. What normal EDA is doing, they promote research, training, and institution building activities by encouraging active participation of backward areas. Even they also target some special groups for them to convert them into an entrepreneur. And even recently, the known factors, the Tamil Nadu government Entrepreneurship Development Innovation Institute has signed an MOU with the EDIA to offer programs. Why not this EDA can run like a training institute? Okay, now EDA has signed and they have set up their already they have an office. They are they are making another storage also in their building, and after that they are going to offer many courses. Okay, and the impact of that courses will lead a student to move on with the creating an enterprise. Okay, and when you're talking about tools and techniques, the first and more important thing is let us know how who is our target audience. Identify the students. It is, see if 300 are in your college, we should not run this program for all 300. It becomes meaningless. You can run awareness program for this 300. After awareness, whomever is interested, who has the thirst, who has the hunger, okay, identify those people and put them on this particular clip. And the next thing is collaborate with stakeholders. That's what I told you. Either it may be government agency or non-profit organization or any other education institution or even the industry associations or any local businesses, whatever it may be. Engage them. Collaborate with all those stakeholders because these collaboration will help us in securing funding resources and even will be getting a good mentor pool, and through them we can access to a very broader audience. And the third way is conduct awareness campaigns then and there, because always we need to create and implement marketing and awareness campaigns to promote the EDP. We should be the blower at the very first. The entrepreneurship educator should be the blower who needs to blow about what is happening in the EDP. Okay, see a department, most of the college, if you see for an example, I can say if they do run a UG and PG program, they will be more focused on promoting PG programs because at the end of the day, after the completion of their UG, they need to step into the PG program for admissions. The same thing. If you want good result, good impact, start creating and implementing marketing and awareness campaigns to promote your EDP, maybe within the campus. Or you can even run your own social media for a resale, some websites you can create, some newsletter you can release. It is left to the choice of the faculty educator on innovation and entrepreneurship. Fourthly, it is all about networking events and the workshops that what we organize. And today, only through networking, we can do many, much more wonders because it is very hard 10, 15 years before, or I can even say 5 years before, we don't come across with concept called as networking. And again, there is no program or no courses in the entire world which talks about networking. Networking is something that comes from every individual. Okay. But what we as a faculty educator, what we can do is let us organize some networking events. Say, for example, if you are bringing over 5 entrepreneurs to your campus, allow your students to network with these 5 entrepreneurs. Let them connect with them. I went a training for one of the institution there in Viluppuram. It is again a government institution. And now what the thing is, one of the student who run a startup was, he doesn't have any support at all. And every 2 days once he'll be talk to me and he'll be also join in the Google Meet platform and will be, I started mentoring him. And now another thing is, now I became an advisor for his startup. It was not I who requested, it is he who have given to me. Okay, networking, because if the faculty who is in that particular government institution, if he fails his student, if he fail to allow his students to do networking with me, now this guy could not have come across with or initiate a startup. So let us organize some networking events and workshop to invite colleges where aspiring entrepreneurs can interact with successful entrepreneurs, industry experts and mentors. Because these things will facilitate knowledge sharing and idea generation, and it also create a conducive and supportive community within the institution. Fifth is it's all about mentorship and coaching. Bring some experienced entrepreneurs. Let them guide the aspiring entrepreneurs through the challenges what they face at the early stage and what they are still facing in running a business. And this insights will help the aspiring entrepreneurship to grow more, learn more, and grow more. And sixth is online learning platforms. There are n number of courses is available there. Let us utilize the online platforms to offer webinars, virtual workshops, and online courses also. Because again, this is again flexibility and accessibility is there for a wider group of audience. Seventh, as I told you earlier, incubators and accelerators. So collaborate with some business incubators or some education incubators Provide the participants of an institution with additional support, resources, and opportunities to grow their own ventures. Eighth is do run hackathons, and hackathons should be like a competition and prize board where you can organize some hackathons, some entrepreneurship competitions. Normally, what we used to do is 75 years of independence has been celebrated across the nation. Even from the entrepreneurship cell, even I do have celebrated the 75 years of entrepreneurship with a simple program, simple competition, simple event in my campus. What is the thing is, whomever is interested, they can register their names. A team should comprise of 2 people. People, those who are interested, they can register their names. Where I will be giving 2 days of time period for them to run a stall within the campus. As it is 75 years of independence, being the organizer of this particular program, I will give 75 rupees to each team. And this team, what they need to do is, with the 75 rupees, they need to invest in their business on day one. They have to multiply it with some strategies. What they can by employing some strategies, they can multiply it. End of the first day, they'll be having a handful of amount. They can invest that handful of amount on the second day. End of the second day, they'll be having a handful of amount. And now the student will give back the 75 rupees to the organizer back. Okay, now what is the amount they have in their hand? What is their investment pattern? How they are investing it out? What is the strategies they have adopted? And what is their level of profit? Now every student team will come and do the presentation, and based on the thing, we'll be giving the best entrepreneur award. So encourage your students with this competitive spirit. Generate some interest and excitement always, because this generation always requires some rewards, or else we need to pat them on their shoulders to say that they are very good. So cultivate the competitive spirit even in the entrepreneurship field also. Then, as I told you earlier, go with building some case studies and success stories of the entrepreneurship. Maybe I told you one example. I went for a government training program at Velupuram Government College of Engineering. There are students who have been trained. Now they run a good company. Now the thing is, like, you can even share the success stories. See, these are the students who come across even in your institution. These are the students who have involved in this entrepreneurship development programs, and these students through this entrepreneurship development programs, they have been so this you can even so you can even make in that way you can even do lot many things. Okay, so through this EDP programs, what is the credibility, and through this credibility you can inspire the potential participants of your EDP programs. 10th is alumni engagement, which is again more important, and that even NAC is also insisting. We have in our institution, what is the thing is, we have created an alumni network of the past participants of the EDP. And the participants of the past participants of the EDP who are running their own enterprise right now. We have a pool of people. So what we used to do is this now alumni started serving as a brand ambassador for this EDP programs. So this is one way where you can engage the alumni within your campus. 11thly, it is all about customization and flexibility. You can even run some tailor-made EDP programs to meet the specific needs of the public or the participants, and on the basis of their level of interest for the target audience. Most of the time, even what you can do is you can offer flexibility in terms of course duration or else on the timings, and you can even accommodate various individuals based on their need. 12th, it is about continuous improvement. Then and there, when an EDP gets over, any programs under this entrepreneurship cell gets over, gather feedback from the participants and stakeholders regularly. Use these feedbacks to improve your EDP programs, maybe the content or the delivery or the overall effectiveness. 13, it is all about partnership with corporates. Establish a good rapport. Establish a good partnership with corporate organization, because we landed with one startup, and that startup is supported by Bosch. Being under their CSR initiative, that Bosch has supported that particular startup. So this is where that we need to partner with the corporate organization. That will lead us to receive sponsorship, internships even, and sometimes some other valuable opportunities for the EDP participants will also get emerged over it. Important, it is all about government support and policy. How are we going to advocate the supportive government policies within the institution or the incentives that can encourage entrepreneurship and make it easier for entrepreneurship to start and grow their business? See, a student may have an idea, but he will not in a position to do a prototype because of the lack of fund. But Entrepreneurship Development Innovation Institute, Government of Tamil Nadu, they do run a program called as IVP, Innovation Voucher Program A and B, where in voucher A they are giving 2 lakhs and voucher B they are giving 5 lakhs. So a student can be put on that aspect where they can receive supports from the policy frameworks of those particular ecosystem again. 15th, it is all about impact assessment that is very much needed in any organization, any institution, and entrepreneurship cell in particular. Always measure and showcase the impact of the EDP by tracking the success of the participants. Include the number of business or the startup which was started. Instead of putting the placement banner in front of your institution, the best way is in this particular year, these are the number of startups that we have created. And you can also include the revenue that what these startups have generated. And most importantly, the jobs what these startups have been created. Through this way, you can even attract more and more participants and the stakeholders to your entrepreneurship cells and your program. Sometimes even you can offer a visit to an incubation center to a nearby colleges. Okay, so these are the way in which you can make your students to get to know about the entrepreneurship development programs of your institution. And as I told you, how are we going to convert this or transform this demographic dividend to the talent dividend? It is all about skilling them for the future demand. When we started skilling them for the future demand, automatically they are in a position where automatically they'll transfer themselves from a demographic dividend to a talent dividend. So import creativity within among them, import communication, collaboration, empathy, network, and even why not decision making. When you impart all those things, these becomes the very skills which future is demanding from the higher education learners. So like a college can run an entrepreneurship club or innovation and entrepreneurship and innovation council or whatever it may be. Okay, a faculty may be responsible for it. You can even focus on local industries, MSME. You can even create a mentors. You can even do successful entrepreneurs. Like we can say lot many things. Okay, and these are the ways in which we can strengthen the organization, strengthen our entrepreneurship cell. We can even promote entrepreneurship development programs in these ways within the campus and outside of the campus. And these are the methodologies and techniques that what we can do or promote our EDP programs within the campus. And I hope with this we close this session and we'll be breaking for another 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, let's move on to the next session. So thank you, audience.
Really excellent, sir. Very excellent. Dilipan Kumar, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please.
Excellent. Very, very impressive. Beautiful. Spontaneity. Very excellent. I really fond of you. Very nice delivery. Excellent. I'm still furthermore waiting to ask for in future some more options to attend your delivery. Very eager to ask.
Sure,
very nice delivery.
We will do when we are here to support you. It is not that my own institution should grow. It is mandatory that every institution grow. When we grow, the entire ecosystem should grow. That is what the ultimate goal
Sir,
of.
before that, let me ask that often you have been using today ecosystem means let me know about the elaboration of ecosystem, sir, please.
When you're talking about ecosystems, sir, the thing is that most of the time we come across this particular word ecosystem in the zoology. When you're talking about evolution, when you're talking about the life cycle, we'll be talking about the ecosystem. If something is getting happen or something is being lacked over there, the entire ecosystem would get collapsed. The same thing. It is what we have in mind is only the ESL is responsible to run this show. Only the ESL can do this program. No, it is an ecosystem that will drive us to do it.
Okay, okay, okay.
So like
what is the
ecosystem, it
impact?
comprises of simple thing like how we are talking about stakeholders when it comes to academic, because we are board of studies will comprises of some stakeholders as your members. Say you'll be having some industrialists, you'll be having some alumni, you'll be having the academic professionals, educationists, management representatives, whatever it may be. The same thing here when you're talking about entrepreneurship, we do involve this ecosystem with the stakeholders where we call them as an ecosystem. Ecosystem is comprises of our own education institution, our students, our teaching fraternity, our management, and the supportive agency. Supportive agency, it may be government, non-governmental organization, it may be a big corporates also. So putting all those things, we need to we need to build an ecosystem within the campus, and this ecosystem will help us to take our EDP programs to the next level of growth. And one such ecosystem is IAC. After implementing of IAC, now every institution, either they doing it for impact or not, that is secondary, but for the rating purpose, everyone started going with IAC. Okay, so IAC is one organization. It is one of the ecosystem member in an ecosystem that help our institution to grow in two phases. One is innovation and one is entrepreneurship. Same thing EDIA. So these are the way that we need to build an ecosystem. Once if any institution, if they build this ecosystem within their campus, that creates a vibe, that creates an opportunities, and this opportunities will lead us to have a very good impact.
Very nice, sir. Very nice, sir. So in future, that if I go for implementing to my students and with incorporating the ecosystem, I think that existing. May I know that about that before implementing the ecosystem for any task? Let me know about the existing system, sir. Anything
Yes,
apart from the
sir.
ecosystem?
Sir, the thing is like normally what we used to do being as an academic faculty, like we'll take the EDC cell as one other club and we'll be organize some guest lectures kind of. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because a
Yes,
guest
sir.
will come here 1 or 2 hours, they will talk and they'll be moving on. The duty of the guest is over. The duty of the faculty of
Yes, sir.
organize is over, and the student participants, their duty is also over. But when you're talking about the outcome, it is again bigger question mark. This is what the existing traditional way that what we used to do. But
And
why
what,
we are
sir,
asking?
please, sir,
Yes,
sir, please, before that, let me know about how far it is going to be useful to the students with the teaching faculty, sir.
yes, that's what I can say. When the moment when you're
Yes,
calling a faculty, calling a guest, allow your
yes,
students. That's what I told you, networking, which is very important. There is no program,
networking.
no
Yes,
courses
yes,
which teaches about networking. Networking has to come by practice. Normally, what we used to
okay,
do, the moment students will be there in the what is this, the hall. We'll be getting these, we'll be collecting or we'll be picking up the guests. We'll be getting entering that. After that, the students will stand. We'll be making the guests to move out of the campus. Okay. No,
okay,
if it is
okay, sir.
2 hours of program, let it be 1.5 hour program. The 30 minutes allow the students to interact with them.
Okay, sir. Okay.
There
Okay.
comes networking.
Thank you.
Even a student
Okay.
may have a viable idea, and this viable
Yeah.
idea, when a student put forth with that particular entrepreneur, okay, who
Okay.
have visited your campus for that particular event, and this entrepreneur may be very enthusiastically, he or she may be interested to that particular idea, and even okay, I'll fund you at an initial stage. Why not we collaborate and we both do it? Let you be the founder, let me be the co-founder for this startup. Why not? Why is that we need to resist that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the
Yes,
success
sir.
story வரணும்னா ரெண்டு பேரையும் பேச வச்சா மட்டும்தான் முடியும். That is what the simple note I
Sure.
can say.
That often I am saying that any lecture or conference like this FDP or EDP, the class or course must not be monologue. I think
Yes, yes,
that
yes,
everything should be made into healthy. That should be in a dialogue.
yes, sir.
Such a way that only we can share that by self and opponent,
Yes,
getting
either
more
we can
ideas and more
interact,
impact.
either we
Yes,
can
sir. Yes,
interact
sir.
with them on a group way, or even if
Yes,
you are not ready to interact with the group, you can even talk to them separately. One success
yes,
story
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
there is one organization, one college is there, and one of the student
Yes,
in that college, he went to that management, the vice
yes, sir.
chairman of the institution, and he gave his idea. And now the entire idea was supported by that management itself, and now they are running a company called as Melba Essentials, where the student is a founder and the co-founder is the owner of the institution. And Melba Essential is it is an organic, what is this, cosmetics items that they are doing it out. And it is a student from the chemistry department.
Okay, okay, very nice to hear, sir. Sir, the coordinator, Dr. Niranjan Madam, is keep on recording this every course of time, so that
Okay.
at final we would like to get it the recording message from her. So don't
Okay.
worry. Again, I would like to keep on here again whenever I feel free
Okay,
about
sure,
your
sir, sure.
particularly your delivery, sir. Thank you so
Sure,
much
sir,
and so
sure.
kind of you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. We'll
Thank you,
break
sir.
for another
Thank you,
5-10
sir.
minutes,
Thank you.
and then let us move on
Sure.
to the next session, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir.
much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Participants, be relax yourself for another 10 minutes. The next session will start at after 10 minutes.
Ma'am, ma'am. Anbali sir. Sir, Anbali sir.
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
மேடம் செஷன் போயிட்டு இருக்கா மேடம்?
செஷன் இனி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணல சார். ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் இன்னும் ஜாயின் ஆகல சார் திருப்பியும் சார்.
சரி மேடம், சரி மேடம். பிகாஸ்
அடுத்த செஷனும் சார் தான் சார். திலீபன் சார் லைன்ல தான் சார் இருக்காரு. இப்ப ஜாயின் பண்ணிடுவார் சார். இப்ப
சரி மேடம். தேங்க்யூ மேடம். தேங்க்யூ மேடம்.
ஓகே சார்.
தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகே சார். தேங்க்யூ சார்.
Niranjana ma'am.
Sir?
Start?
Shall we start, sir? No issue.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
சார் திலீபன் சார்.
Yes, ma'am.
சார் செஷன் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாமா சார்?
Okay, பண்ணிடலாம் ma'am.
ஓகே சார்.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, good morning again. So let's move on to the next session, that's selecting potential entrepreneurs, being rational for selection. So we are talking about this potential selection of entrepreneurs. We do have like 4 parts. Let's talk about entrepreneurial mindset again, and then let's talk about the identifying of potential entrepreneurial opportunities. And then in the part 3, we'll evaluate some business ideas, and then we'll analyze the risk and resilience among it. And then we'll be moving on to part 5, the importance of mentorship and support. So this is how we can select potential entrepreneurs. They are rational for selection again. So when you're talking about potential entrepreneurs, let's discuss about the very crucial aspects of entrepreneurship, the process of selecting potential entrepreneurs for success. 1 minute. Sorry for the inconvenient. Okay. So like let us discuss about some crucial aspects of entrepreneurship, the process, how we can select the potential entrepreneurs for success. So when we're talking about the potential entrepreneurs, before that, entrepreneurship is not only merely about coming up with a brilliant idea, it's all about the passion, determination, and the ability in which we as a faculty educator transform those ideas into reality. So let's understand the rationale and the key factors behind in identifying these individuals, which becomes very essential for us to foster the vibrant and thriving entrepreneurial community within the institution. So the next 1 hour, let us move on to the elements that make us entrepreneurial mindset. Let us explore the methods in identifying the entrepreneurial potential. Even we'll evaluate the viability of the business ideas. Let's move on in analyzing the risk and resilience and emphasize the importance of mentorship and support. And I hope this end of the session again, we'll be having the valuable insights into the process of selecting potential entrepreneurs, perhaps which will inspire some of us to embark on the entrepreneurial journey. So without further delay, let's dive into the fascinating world of entrepreneurship and the rationale for selecting those who will lead us in an innovative and prosperous future. So coming to the part one, we are talking about the entrepreneurship mindset. Let us know what is an entrepreneurial mindset, because that is a unique way of thinking which enables individuals, both faculty as well as students, to identify the opportunities and the risk, calculated risk that what we take, and creating value on the same. So it goes beyond the desire to start a business. Then we'll be setting up for some attitudes or behavioral changes will be there. And these things will may help us in driving some individuals to innovate, solve problems, and then to embrace the uncertainty. So this mindset is again vital in business world because it fosters a culture of innovation, drives economic growth, and leads to the creation of new product services and industries. So when you're talking about these things, there are some key traits and characteristics which has to be commonly found in successful entrepreneurs. So what are those key traits? I can say one is visionary leadership. Because the moment when an aspiring entrepreneur needs to travel, he should embark with the successful entrepreneur's key traits. And among that, the number one is visionary leadership, where we'll be having a clear vision of what they want to achieve and can inspire others to share their vision. Second, it is all about risk taking, the way that how willing to take calculated risk and the steps of their comfort zones, step out of their comfort zones to achieve their goals. Third, it is all about decision making, how decisive we are, or how capable of making some tough choices during the difficult situations, or how are we often able to work under pressure. Fourthly, resourcefulness. So how we are going to find creative solution to the challenges which is in front of us, or the process of leveraging available resources effectively. This is what is resourcefulness is all about. Then flexibility. When you're talking about flexibility, the way that we adapt to the changing circumstances by embarking new ideas. Next, strong work ethic. How are we going to work? Are you a big workaholic? Are we are hardworking? Are the level of dedication of an aspiring entrepreneur? Or how persistent we are in pursuing the objectives? Okay, this is what is called a strong work ethic. And then is customer centric. Always an aspiring entrepreneur or entrepreneur or anything or anyone, maybe they should have a clear focus on understanding and fulfilling the customer needs to deliver value. It is not only understanding the needs, this needs has to be processed, and after the process, there should be a value that has to deliver to the customers on the needs that what we are fulfilling. The next one is resilience. When we're talking about resilience, how are we bounce back from failures? This generation, if they failed, the next solution for the failure is suicide. This is what is in practice. So it is up to the entrepreneurship educators to teach them on the resilience. How we bouncing back from the failures, or what is the thing that we are learning from the mistakes, or what makes us to continuously to move forward. So these are the ways in which we can build resilience among the students. Then highlight some of the significance of passion, perseverance, creativity, and adaptability, because these are the four qualities, or I can say these are the essential pillars of the entrepreneurial mindset. Number one is passion. Passion is nothing but which fuels the entrepreneur's drive, and it will help the entrepreneur to have a determination to overcome the obstacles and pursuing their dreams relentlessly. The next one is perseverance. So what are we going with perseverance? It is all about building a business is again a great challenging, and the setbacks are also inevitable. So perseverance, if an aspiring entrepreneur holds, it allows them to stay committed to their goals despite adversity. Third is creativity. Creativity is nothing but finding innovative solutions. He or she, or a student, or a higher education learner, or a faculty, whomever it may be, will often involve in finding innovative solution to our problems by offering some value proposition to customers. That is what creativity is all about here when you're talking about entrepreneurship. Next, adaptability. We all know that being as a faculty educator, we understand the business landscape, and this business landscape today, it is constantly evolving. It doesn't remain same. It is keeping on evolving. So being as an entrepreneur, how are we going to adapt to that embracing change? Or out of this evolving situation, how are we going to seize new opportunities? Or the way in which we are going to stay ahead of the competition? So this is what adaptability when you're talking about. Let me also share some of the inspiring examples of successful entrepreneurs who embody these qualities. So when you're talking about real life examples of the successful entrepreneurs, I can say Steve Jobs, who is the founder of an Apple. You all know it. And Steve Jobs is always remembered for one of the particular trait among the traits what I have told you earlier. He is always remembered for his true visionary leader. Because Steve Jobs is the one through his vision, he has revolutionized the technology industry with his passion for design and innovation. He created a new market. I told you in the last session, either we need to find a market in which we are going to sell the product, or else we need to create our own market. And Steve Jobs is one such person who have created a new market for himself through the design and innovation that what he has come across. So this this revolutionized the technology in the industrial scenario. So always Steve Jobs can be remembered for this true visionary leader. Second is Elon Musk, as you all know, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX. And Elon Musk, being as an entrepreneur, he is always known for his audacious goals and the risk taking and relentless of pursuit of sustainable energy and space exploration. So whenever when in mind when Elon Musk comes, Elon Musk will always keep on the goal, and at the same time he is a risk bearer. He is a risk taking fellow. Third, Sarah Blakely. I don't know how many of you know about this. She is the owner of Spanex. What she does is she exhibited creativity by inventing innovative shapewear. Her determination led her becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire now. So creativity is one among the trait that Sarah Blakely hold, and that creativity made her to invent the innovative shapewear. Fourth, I can talk about the owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. He can be noted for the adaptability because he himself is an adaptable entrepreneur who transformed his online bookstore into the e-commerce giant we know today. And he started constantly diversifying and expanding its offerings. So earlier it was an online bookstore, and now that Amazon becomes an e-commerce portal now. So this is what adaptability to the changing scenario or the constantly evolving business landscape. So how he has adapted. So this is what being as a faculty entrepreneur, we should educate or we should build the entrepreneurial mindset among the fellow students to inspire them by saying the successful stories of these entrepreneurs, the traits that what they hold. And because of the traits what they hold, that made them to be get succeeded in the market as well as across the globe. And if an aspiring entrepreneur or being an aspiring entrepreneur, if you are you hold these particular traits, definitely one or another day you may also in a successful light. So this is what, as a faculty educator, we need to imbibe the entrepreneurial mindset among the students. And even these people, you can even, if you go to the class and if you ask anyone who is your role model, some of them will say Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. So this is how we need to demonstrate the entrepreneurial mindset coupled with the passion again, perseverance, creativity, and adaptability, because this can lead remarkable achievements in front of the students. And coming to the part two, it is how we are going to identify entrepreneurial potential. The very first, we have built an entrepreneurial mindset among the students through the traits, through the successful journeys of some of the entrepreneurs. And next is, how are we going to identify an entrepreneurial potential? What we need to do is we need to explain the importance of a systematic approach to identify the potential entrepreneurs. Again, identifying the potential entrepreneurs is very tedious because it is again a critical task as it involves significantly which impact the success of startups and business. So taking a systematic approach, which is again ensures making some informed decisions, and this also will reduce the likelihood of overlooking talented individuals. So we should have some structured process. What is the underlying objective? Assess the underlying objectives as various attributes and the qualities which can contribute to the success of the enterprise. What are the approach that we are using on, or what are the approach that we move on in identifying the individuals who possess the right combination of skills, experience, and the mindset which can be navigate them towards the challenges of entrepreneurship. And next thing is discuss the various methods of assessment. We do have psychometric test is there, interview test is there, observation test is there. I told you, even for the leadership council, the students will nominate themselves, and among the student nominees, will be conducting an interview, and based on their presentation, based on the things, then they will be assign them with the leadership roles. Same thing. If you want to understand the entrepreneurial potential, the next step is we need to go with assessment. You can go with psychometrical test, where these tests can evaluate various psychological traits of an individual. We can even test their personality. We can test their cognitive ability. We can even understand the problem solving skills of the students again. Through these valuable insights, you can strengthen an individual. You can get to know about the strength and weakness of an individual also. And this will help us in gauge the suitability for entrepreneurship. You can also conduct an interview. You can go with conducting in-depth interview where you can allow the aspiring entrepreneurs to understand an individual's motivations, their past experiences. You can even get to know about how they do possess an ability to handle the challenging situation. So these things can be observed through the interviews. Once if it is done, this interview will definitely provide us an opportunity to assess their passion, commitment, and the vision that they hold for their own business ideas. And next one is it is observation. So start observing the candidates in various scenarios. Some may be different different when he or she may be an individual, might be different when they are into group. We all know about the organizational behavior. So start observing the candidates, how they are involved in the group activities. If some of the problem solving exercise has been given, what is their inputs towards that particular exercise? Because these things will always reveal their level of creativity, leadership, as well as the teamwork. Then you can also present some case studies that can illustrate how specific attributes can indicate entrepreneurial potential. You can even highlight the correlation between certain attributes and the entrepreneurial potential. See, I can say one that, for example, if I'm borrowing the names, don't mistake me. Dr. Anboli is there. Let us consider Dr. Anboli is a college dropout with a passion for technology and a visionary idea for online marketplace. And he is very good in demonstrating strong problem-solving abilities. He often has a potential of adaptability to the changing market trends, and he is also possess a relentless drive to succeed. So this is what the characteristics features of Dr. Anboli. Coming to case study 2, Dr. Niranjana, you can take. where with the background in finance, she can play in numbers. So she identified a gap in the financial technology sector, and through her prior experience, what she did is, because her prior experiences, she plays with number, which means that she is strong in analytical skills. And the determination that what she possessed made her to come up with a successful fintech startup. And case study 3, it is all about Dilip. Dr. Dilip is a natural communicator and networker. He recognized an opportunity in the event management industry. His ability to build relationship and inspire others played a significant role in attracting clients and scaling his business. And now, so these 3 case studies I told you. Now, in which case studies, how these are the case studies where we can correlate the attributes. In case study 1, though Dr. Anboli is a college dropout, he do possess certain attributes, certain skill sets, and this skill sets will take him to the next level. And case study 2, in case study 1, through the attributes, we can identify their entrepreneurial potential. Case study 2, through the knowledge and strength, we can identify potential entrepreneur. Case study 3, to the ability in building relationship, we can understand the entrepreneurial potential of an individual. So these are the various scenarios or the cases in which we can attribute by indicating the entrepreneurial potential. Next thing is, some of them will have prior experience. Maybe your student can move for part-time jobs, sometimes weekend jobs they'll be moving, sometimes even if there is semester holidays, they'll be moving for jobs. So emphasize the value of their experience and the prior achievements and the skill sets that they possess. Because even through this also we can identify the potential entrepreneurs among them. Because experience and prior achievements are strong indicators of potential entrepreneurs, because individuals with prior experience of business environments or with some other relevant industries or even some shops will often possess valuable insights by establishing networks and a better understanding of the market dynamics, because they are already into the practice. So they know the changing scenarios of the business landscape. And furthermore, with the experience and the achievements, if they do have some unique skill sets like technical expertise, creative abilities, industry-specific knowledge, that can become an advantageous in creating innovative solutions and gain that can help them or help an individual to gain a competitive edge. So my thing is that being as an entrepreneurship educator, come up with a systematic approach to identify these potential entrepreneurs, because that becomes very vital in selecting candidates with the right mix of entrepreneurial mindset, skills, and experience. When we utilize this combination of assessment methods, we can better predict the success of aspiring entrepreneurs and support the growth of ventures with significant potential. And the next thing is evaluating business ideas. Number 1, how are we going to emphasize the role of innovative and viable business ideas in entrepreneurial success? See, innovation and viability, when you're talking about these 2 concepts, these are the cornerstones for entrepreneurial success. And there is a groundbreaking idea that can address a real life problem or fulfills an unmet need which has been potential to disrupt industries and attract customers. So whatever it may be, I can say in simple, it is very essential for us to ensure whether that idea is not only innovative, but it should be viable in the market. That's what I told you. In the last session itself, I have informed you that we learned about problem solution fit and product market fit. Maybe the problem that what we have sensed or what we have smelled or what we have identified may be a problem for us. And the problem what we have identified, when you are moving it into the market, when it becomes unmet or when it becomes not viable, then the entire startup is again failure. So innovation and viability are both the cornerstones of an entrepreneurial success. So any successful business idea must have a clear value proposition, a sustainable revenue model, and a competitive advantages to thrive in the long run period. Next thing is, to evaluate the business idea, we should evaluate the feasibility and potentials of business concepts. So like we need to do some market research. Conducting comprehensive market research will always help an entrepreneurs to understand who is our target audience. They can also identify their competitors and they can gauge the demand for their product or service. Secondly, it is all about financial projection. So, being as an aspiring entrepreneur, we need to develop a detailed financial projection. So, 5 years down the line, how I will be. 10 years down the line, what is my status? 15 years, how I'm going to be. Or when are I'm going to be a unicorn. So, there should be some financial projection because these financial projections will help to access the potential profitability and financial sustainability of the business idea. And third one is it is all about industry analysis. So when you're talking about industry analysis, an aspiring entrepreneur or a student entrepreneur should analyze the industry trends. What is the regulatory measures that is happening in the industry? Or what about the market dynamics? Because these things will provide a valuable insights into the business potential, challenges and opportunities. And the next is competitive analysis. So what we need to do is we need to evaluate the competitor strength and weakness. Because only if we understand the strength and weakness, we can know about the challenges which is there in the market, and that will help the aspiring entrepreneurship to position their offerings, which can be unique in the market again. And then it is scalability. So when you're talking about scalability, assess the scalability of the business idea, whether it is essential to determine the growth potential as well as the long-term viability. So after this, what we need to go with, we need to go with certain tools and frameworks like SWOT analysis, market research, and customer feedback. So SWOT analysis, as you all know, now it is even called as SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So an aspiring entrepreneur should evaluate their business ideas with this SWOT analysis. What is their strength? What is their weakness? What is their opportunities and threats? And these things will help an entrepreneurs to identify the internal and external factors which can create an impact or which can impact their business success. Second, market research, as I told you earlier. And third is customer feedback. Because any organization can become success if they seek feedbacks from their potential customers. Likewise, we should practice the students to get the customer feedback then and there, because that will help us during the idea development stage, because it will help us to refine the product as well as services, and that can align it to the market needs. And next, we are moving on to some real life examples, I can even say, for these particular things. Putting it in a nutshell, some examples of the entrepreneurs who meticulously evaluate their business ideas and achieved remarkable success. So here also I'm talking about some real life cases. Number one, we can say about Airbnb, because the founders of Airbnb started by renting out air mattresses in their living room, but soon recognized their potential in the sharing economy. So this understanding helped them to essentially study the market, and they started refining their platform that caters to the travelers' preferences and leading to massive success. Second, you all know about Dropbox, I think so. Today we have AirDrop in Apple iPhone. So Dropbox is which Drew Houston, being the founder of Dropbox, he identified the need for the seamless file sharing solution. So what Drew Houston has come across, he conducted many market research and he gathered the feedback from the potential users to build a user-friendly and reliable cloud storage service. Third is Warby Parker. I don't know how many of you know Warby Parker. So Warby Parker is always known for the affordability and stylish eyewear. What he did is he disrupted the traditional distribution channels. And this happened because of the combination of market research and the customer feedback. So through the market research, what he underwent, and through the feedback that what he has collected from his potential customers, fine-tuned his business model, and that gained a significant traction today. So being as a faculty educator, always portray these examples which can illustrate how entrepreneurs become succeed, the way in which by the way in which they evaluate their business ideas rigorously and refining them on the basis of the market insights and the customer feedback. Coming to part 4, it is all about analyzing risk and resilience. Though entrepreneurship becomes fashionable word right now, startups becomes very fashionable. There are some inherently there involves some risk also. So faculty educators should be in a position to inculcate these things to the aspiring entrepreneurs, and the acknowledging them is again very crucial again. So I can even say some of the risk like financial risk is there, market risk is there, technology risk is there, operational risk is there, and regulatory risk is there. So these risk has to be communicated to them so that they can prepare for this risk. When we're talking about financial risk, we'll start a business that requires investments, and even there's no guarantee for immediate returns also. And that is what most of the startups becomes failed. They'll run a show for 1 or 2 years, but there is no ROI, return on investment. Automatically, it will end up with a failure rate. Second, it is all about market risk. Continuously, the changes in the marketing conditions or the level of competition will also impact the business. Then technology risk. Technology advancement can also make existing business models becomes obsolete. That's what nowadays post COVID-19, you can even post COVID, you can find one particular word in newspapers, televisions, and everywhere: disruption. So we need to disrupt certain things. If again the traditional setup, if you move on, if you consider one case, Virudhunagar district, if you take, in Virudhunagar district, you can find one particular concept because Virudhunagar is enriched with the three particular industry. One is fireworks, matchworks, and printing industry. And now this offset printers had not shifted them to a digital printers, and now offset printers becomes obsolete. Disruption is needed as and when required. That's what we call it as technological advancement. Then operational risk. There may be some issues in supply chains. Even Flipkart, the moment when they run it as an e-commerce, they do have some operational difficulties at an earlier stage. Their supply chain was again a very big problem because they are not in a position to deliver. And this business operation disrupted. And now what they did is they come across with their own logistics support called as e-cart. So this is how disruptions plays a vital role when it comes to business scenario. And regulatory risk. When you're talking about regulation, the law regulations that affects business operations then and there, and the industry complaints too. And now, being as a faculty educators, we should be in a position to explain the importance of risk taking, the calculated decisions, and how an aspiring entrepreneurs can manage these uncertainties. As I told you earlier, risks are inherent. It will be there definitely. Any business, if you go, you will find risk. 1 minute. So, how are we going to do all those things? So, how are we going to calculate this risk? So, an aspiring entrepreneur should evaluate the potential risk and rewards. Once they evaluate their potential risk, it becomes a reward, and that will eventually will help them in making the decisions. So, always we are in a position to calculate risk taking, which involves understanding the odds and potential outcomes, which will lead us or lead the aspiring entrepreneurs to better informed choices. Because when you're taking the successful entrepreneur scenario, they do have embraced with uncertainties, turning challenges into opportunities and for growth. So there should be a balance should be there between the risk and reward. And thirdly, we need to discuss about the entrepreneurs, how they can build their resilience to handle the failures and setbacks, which is very much important. 2 years they will run the show. They are not in a position to get the return on investment. Automatically, the student will close the startup. Then they'll be moving on for identifying the job opportunities which is available, and then they'll be employed in any of the organization. So it is up to us, being as a faculty, who need to educate them on their resilience, how they need to handle failures and setbacks. Again, resilience becomes the ability to bounce back from failures and setbacks that I told you very earlier. So one thing is we need to cultivate positive mindset, because cultivating positive outlook will always help any entrepreneur to stay focused and motivated during the tough times. Second, it is all about learning from failures. That's what I told you very earlier, that instead of going behind the success stories of the entrepreneurship, why not we go behind the failure stories of the entrepreneurship? So where we have failed. If they could have come across with this particular strategy, of course, they could have made their startup in a very successful way. So let them learn from the failures, because viewing failures as a learning opportunities will always allows any entrepreneurs to grow and improve their strategies. Thirdly, build a supportive system. That's what I told: ecosystem, and ecosystem. Many times faculty alone cannot run behind them. When you build this ecosystem within your institution, you'll be getting mentors, you'll be getting industry people, you'll be getting your alumni, everyone will be there intact. And this support system will help them to provide encouragement and guidance. And most of the student startups, what they have launched, you go and talk to them. It is not only the professors who is in charge for this entrepreneurship club alone will not be a part of it. It is a number of people behind. Maybe you might have invited someone for your guest lecture in your e-cell, for some of the workshop, and he may get connected with that particular guest, and they may be one of the reason for the success of the launching of their startups. So this is what an ecosystem. Build an ecosystem, and this ecosystem will become a supportive system for your e-cell, because the ecosystem will always surround with mentors, advisors, and again a supportive network. Why not? That will definitely will help them then and there, and encourage and guide them as and when required. Lastly, adaptability. Always be flexible and adaptable, because that will help the entrepreneurs to navigate the uncertainties and adjust their plan of actions. I can also share some success stories of the entrepreneurs who turned failures into opportunities for growth. நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும் தாமஸ் ஆல்வா எடிசன். Okay, he is not an entrepreneur, but I am telling, he is the one who have invented the light. He may failed in lot many things, but this failures, even thousands failures he crossed, he is in a position of a positive mindset where he come across. Though he come across with numerous failures in inventing the light bulb, he is very famously said that I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that it doesn't work. So that is what the resilience and determination that he holds. And that is the ultimate reason that led him to the successful invention of the light bulb. Take Walt Disney. Disney failed multiple rejections before finding success. Rejections upon rejections, I can say. 1 minute. Okay. So consider Walt Disney. He do have multiple rejections before finding success. But even one example I can say, when I'm talking Walt Disney, that comes to our mind. He was even fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. But think of now, Disney becomes a very good brand, and it becomes a global entertainment powerhouse. That is what the level of perseverance. And how many of you know the founder of KFC, Colonel Sanders? And he faced a very serious of rejection, because when he tried to sell his fried chicken recipe, and it is even after, like Thomas Alva Edison, after 1,000 attempts, that he found a partner, and through the partnership, he started leading to a successful expansion of KFC across the world. So these stories will always demonstrate how embracing a failure and building resilience can pave the way for the entrepreneurial success, and this can serve as inspiration for all aspiring entrepreneurs. So this should be communicated to the students then and there. It is not only the programs, it is not only the workshop. There should be some counseling sessions or motivational sessions like this should be happen for the students. Only then we can identify the potential entrepreneurs among all 1,000 students who are in our campus. Coming to part 5, it is all about importance of mentors and support. So as I told you earlier in the last session, emphasize the role of mentorship and guidance because that will help us in nurturing the potential entrepreneurs. Because mentorship plays a vital role in nurturing developing potential entrepreneurs always. Because if the moment when you have an mentor within your campus, probably there are mentors with money they will do, and there are many mentors without money they are serving. And these mentors can accelerate the learning curve. They can inspire confidence in the students, and they can also provide emotional support throughout the entrepreneurial journey. The next, the benefits of networking and the seeking advice from an experienced entrepreneurs. Let them network because networking becomes a powerful tool for aspiring entrepreneurs. When they connect with the experienced entrepreneurs or the industry experts, they can gain valuable knowledge, access new opportunities, and they can receive feedback on their ideas too. So let us allow them in networking. Third, the way that how our mentorship can help potential entrepreneurs to avoid common pitfalls. Because mentors can offer valuable insights into the common pitfalls always. Because they have experienced it. So they will, then and there, they will alert the aspiring entrepreneurs and the mistakes that entrepreneurs may encounter always. So what they used to do, they'll share their own experiences, the way how they have been helped by their mentors. So these scenarios will build a strong potential for the aspiring entrepreneurs. I can even share some success stories again in this particular part. When you take the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, Zuckerberg received mentorship from Steve Jobs during the early days of Facebook. Steve Jobs provided valuable advice on navigating the technical industry and building a sustainable business model, and that is the reason why Facebook succeeded. And Oprah Winfrey. Oprah credits her mentor always. The mentor of Oprah is Maya Angelou, and she provides guidance and wisdom that shaped their career and personal growth always. Then you all know about Virgin Group. Founder is Richard Branson. So when Branson sought mentorship from his own mentor, Sir Freddie Laker, who is a British airline entrepreneur, he is the one who helped him in understanding the aviation industry and supported his aspiration to start Virgin Atlantic. So these stories will always help us in understanding the power of mentorship, the support that one can receive from the experienced individuals, and to have a profound impact on the entrepreneurial journey that can contribute to an eventual success. So to conclude, I can say that in all the session, we have explored about the rational and key factors that involved in selecting potential entrepreneurs. We even discussed about how we can build the entrepreneurial mindset in both the sessions, in method of identifying the entrepreneurial potential, how we need to evaluate business ideas, and the way that we need to analyze risk and building resilience, and the significance of mentorship and support. This is what the recap I can do. So remember that entrepreneurship is not just a solo endeavor. It's all about building a network of supportive individuals who can guide, inspire, and uplift one another. So as I can encourage each and one of you to embrace your entrepreneurial potential at the very first as being a faculty educator, seek guidance from the mentors and experienced entrepreneurs, take some calculated risk, which can definitely or eventually will help your innovative idea into a successful venture. So thank you for being a wonderful audience, and I wish you all the best on your entrepreneurial journey. So you start a startup, and you can even onboard few students as your co-founder for your startups. So with this thought, I'll conclude, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful session, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Sir Dilipan sir, I am feel very proud of you that you are keep on giving a valuable delivery. That I have very much interest about your delivery. That I am very much ashamed about myself. That I am so far I lost that about not able to hearing about your lecture so far where you have held. But today I have much enjoyed. Right? Seriously, being a retirement stage, I am myself. If I am here, possible to hear about your lectures earlierly, that can be fed it into that my students, incorporated with my students, and the students I can made them as a very entrepreneurship. I feel very much lost my life. So today, as far as from your delivery, I have concluded that I lost many things, but I'm keen interestedly watching every words producing by you. Very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, Lakshmanan, sir?
He's
Hello,
arrived.
ma'am. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. It is audible?
Yeah, it's audible, sir. Shall we continue the next session, sir?
Sure, ma'am.
So, my dear participants, so the next session is going to be handled by Lakshmanan, sir. He's going to handle about training, so assessing training needs. Okay, so the session is yours, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, thanks for giving these opportunities. Once again, I thanks the management and the coordinator and co-coordinators. Okay. Good morning, professors. I hope we are meeting once again. So yesterday I have been explained that what is training assessment needs. So I asked everyone to, if you have any doubts, we can discuss orally. From the yesterday, I have been searching for the websites. What is the training assessment needs? Because training assessment needs, which has been given for human resource management, exclusive for employee development, as well as to identify the performance evaluations, identify the performance evaluations. So right. So now how the training assessment needs has been given in EDI program is my point of view, my key. So I have to find out the answers for the topics. I want to justify the topics. So the basic thing is yesterday we have discussed about what are the activities and entrepreneurs needed to do this. What are the skills which has been required for an entrepreneur to do their business? We have discussed in last classes. So I have been said that the person who has been founding a new jobs, he doesn't have an ideas. I have been explained some criteria. Whereas the person having ideas or create any innovative product, how he can be market the product and how he can get a success. So we have discussed the skills which has been required in the previous days. Now I want to say, I want to add on myself because now you feel that there may be a numerous number of opportunities can be analyzed as I have been discussed earlier. So now my main area is how the products has been prepared, how the manufacturing sectors can be started by the entrepreneur. Because every entrepreneur have find out the what type of areas we are going to launch or what type of business we are going to do. This can be done by the entrepreneur. Initially, they have some ideas, they are taking risk and investing their money and doing some business and doing. But what are the steps they have to do once if they have been selected and ideas? But there may be three criteria which is very, very essential for conversion of raw material into finished goods. That is, my point of view is if anyone start their manufacturing sectors, there must be three things is very, very essential for them. Whatever the products they have decided, now it is in a points for implementations. For implementations, three things which is very, very essential. That is conversions of raw material into finished goods. They need three things. One is planning, scheduling, and controlling. These are the three activities which is very, very essential for every entrepreneur. Any kind of manufacturing sectors, they are going to do a business. Because government, there may be a lot of schemes which has been available for manufacturing sectors. Example, PMEGP, Prime Minister Employment Generation Programs. You can avail more than 25 lakhs. You can apply this kind of projects in KVIC. There are numerous other government agencies has been there for giving a bank loan to the employees. You can see, just go through the Google forms in a Chrome, Google, as a type it as a KVIC business plan preparations. It has been the first link itself, it will be clearly mentioning that the KVIC project proposals, if you go through the business plan proposals, you can find out the numerical values for what type of business has been already existed in the market, what is their business plan preparation statement has been clearly mentioned. More than our 10,000 projects has been available in the market. So before like organizing the same kind of programs in our own campus, I have been here, we call as a KVAC directors. Mr. Ashokan sir has been visited to the campus and has been discussing with the faculty. He told that more number of people has been applying for producing a product, but it has been organized every 2 months or every 3 months in combinations of 2 to 3 districts combined together. They are organizing a program. The participants or the entrepreneur who is coming, that he is having a more than 3 to 4 ideas. They come to us and they are asking us, sir, this call is for what type of product? Because I have applied 4 products. This is for what? So they explain. The SAR told me, I have explained about this is for this projects we are calling you. Then they have a doubts, because originally the idea has been done by some of his friends or relatives or his husband or so other people. But the person who is coming, the proposal has been submitted in this name. That's why he came here for attending the meeting for concluding the process. Again, they are giving an opportunities to ask the original people to come there, and they are to start discussing. If the project is viable, immediately there may be a bank employees has been sitting together. So it has been forwarded to the particular people. The entire proposals will be given to the bank peoples, and the projects has been successfully. He told that more number of people, the existing entrepreneurs having more number of opportunities, they are trying to expand their business, so they are collecting more number of opportunities. That's why I clearly mentioning I take this topic specifically for manufacturing sectors. Manufacturing sectors, if you have been need to do any kind of business, the first thing is we know the products or everything can be, we have analyzed or we are fixing, this is my area, this is what I'm going to do, this is not available in the market, so I'm going to do this kind of activities, everything is that. Okay, how you are produce the product? Yesterday itself, I clearly stated that based on the productions alone, the cost of the product can be reduced. If the cost of the product has been reduced, then only we can meet with the competitions and get success among the success among our competitions. So I'm taking this topic as a need analysis for a thing. The first thing is, if a manufacturing process, we have to clearly think. So the planning, everyone knows. So planning means deciding in advance. That's everyone can say what we are going to do. Okay, already we have planned that this kind of product is, we have chosen this. This is the products we are going to do. Okay, among the product, what is the differentiation we are going to give it? That is called what to produce. The first thing is, if you have selected a planning, we have to clear on what to produce, which is not, which is available in the market, but we have to show our identity. This is the first and foremost step every employee has been getting into the market. Whatever the product, whatever the things, even electric bikes or all the things, everyone is slightly changing their products and adding their values to their parts which they have been adding. Someone is concentrating on the kilometers, the power of someone is concentrating on the aesthetics of the products, and like so on. So the products may be changed. If they sorry, we cannot go for a same identical product in the market. So we have to differentiate ourselves. So we have to have a proper planning and development in our product. This is the first step every entrepreneur has to do. Taking a same product in the same manner, we cannot get success. So we have to differentiate it, and how we are going to differentiate is the second step. Next step is, okay, second step is how to produce this product. Okay, the product we are in, the producing a product having different stages of activities has to be carried out, because there must be a process to be, what type of, there are several process has been there for producing a product, and we need a material planning is very, very essential for that, because without the support of material, we cannot do anything. Even we have to plan for tool also. For successful materials as well as the tooling. Tooling means, tooling is very, very essential for machines. So if you have a right tools without any shortages, the employees have a strong believe that everything has been done in a smoothest way. That's why we have to plan what, first one is what to produce. Now I have been explaining about how to produce. Okay, third step is where to produce. Why you are selecting your own regions or every other things? Why you have clearly selected a particular things, particular area? Where to produce? Why you are selected a particular regions? What is the locality? Why you are selecting? If you have a own building, that's why you are selected. It is not like that. We have a properly. We have to find out what is the capacity we are going to produce. For that capacities, how much area is required? Why I am selecting this area instead of the nearby cities? What are the additional expenses which is going to be going to be generated if I selected the same things in my own area instead of selecting in well-known cities nearby us? And what type of facilities, which is very, very important area. That is why I have been said that this where to produce is very, very important things. Then, okay, coming back to the next topic is, we will discuss the same thing in detail. When to produce. Some major areas, the raw materials can be available in a particular period. So we can produce the product on a particular periods without any breakages or any shortages. Okay, what happened to the rest of the periods? So how we are going to preserve the product, how we are going to make arrangement the product, how we are going to help the other people to do it. So we have to make proper analyzing about that. That's why I am saying that when to produce is very, very important aspects, because and this is one criteria when to produce. The second criteria is uh, the order has been received, how the production schedule is going to be placed there inside the organizations. Because we are already having a routine productions activities. If there is a new activities or new product has been received from the customers, how the scheduling has been there. Scheduling means we are giving a jobs and we are loading the employees as well as machines for producing the product. That is we are calling as a production scheduling as well as machine loading. Machine loading is simply saying that we are giving a jobs to the machines. That's why it is called a machine loading. Okay, next thing is who will produce? What type of manufacturing, what type of manufacturing process manpower is needed for doing this kind of activities? Manpower is needed for doing this kind of thing. So we need detailed planning about manpowers, which is required for our organization also to be planned. And last step is how much to be produced. How much to be produced? Because it is not a joke. Yesterday we organized Madurai Bazaar in our own colleges. We are encouraging students to take part, invest their money and do their own preparations. The basic feedbacks I have been received from the student is someone has been get success by selling more product, because I have clearly insisted that don't go for a single product. Please try to come out with more number of products in your stalls. Then only you can get more number of revenues. So at the end of the program, I have been discussing with the students. They told me that the only one or two product is having a more reach towards the customers, but they feel very bad that that product has been limited stocks to them. The rest of the product, they think that this kind of product has been reached more number, it will attract more students, but in reality, it is not attracted by the student. That kind of product has been, still there may be a lot of stocks can be, there may be a lot of things has been, they are not marketed in, not sold yesterday. So we have to understand the reality. If we are thinking that the product can be reached more, but in reality, it may not be right. That's why I'm saying that how much to produce is very, very important area. Because right quantity and economic batches, that's why we are saying that economic batches is the very, very essential things, right? So these are the activities which has been clearly an entrepreneur to be planned. I am summarizing one and only: what to produce, how to produce, where to produce, when to produce, who will produce, and how much to be produced. This is the basic activities we have to learn. Every entrepreneur, if we are starting any kind of business or any kind of manufacturing sectors, they have to clear on their need. These are the needs. It should be satisfied. Then only there should not be any sort of a backlogs or anything is for the entrepreneurs. Okay, coming back to the detail, what types of planning which is very, very essential. Okay, we will say that, okay, I'm going to the another one. It's like a case studies. Can anyone say what type of activities? I have been explaining a few activities. What are the basic requirements for starting in the manufacturing sector? Let me explain one. Material is which is very, very essential, and how we are converting, that is called methods. How we are converting is we have to plan regularly. What type of machineries which is suitable for our organization, whether it is updated now or it is the oldest versions. We have to clear on it, because selections of machineries purely depending on the cost of the machineries. If the cost plays a vital role, because it will affect the entrepreneur. So doing a business, this is the cost. A large investment has to be done. Every investment is needed. It is not like that. We can do anything. There may be a prior study. We have to think. When enter into a new product, we have to take slow risk. So we have to initially we will start by the lower level of products. Later on, if the market had been start immediately growing, then we can expand our things by investing in a huge plan. This may be depending on the entrepreneurs only. The next manpower, I already stated that without the manpower, we cannot do any kind of plan. And next one is routing. Routing means we have to route what type of products, when it should be produced, how it should be produced, where it should be sold. So we have to find out the route, how the product has been converted. Next one is estimating. Estimating means predicting the values. This product is suitable for every country. I have been seen videos in YouTube. A lace has been manufactured in for USA. They have been planned for next 3 months. They have fixed their quantities. So this much of quantity is sufficient for next month. So that is called estimations. This can be done for every month. There may be variations in the product selections. Every month their estimations may be vary from time to time. Okay. Apart from this estimations, next one is operations time. For every manufacturing product, the operations for conversions operations have a particular time periods. For every time periods, the operations has been traveled. So we have to find out what is the exact period for producing a product. If you are receiving an order, don't take it as much as the order received. We have to clear on that. Sir, for conversions of a product, if to produce 1,000 products, I need at least 8 hours. You are giving an order for 5,000 products, at least I need five days time. This is the example. Okay, if I don't feel that the order has been bypassed to some other industries, because if you are getting urgency, if you are doing rushing your industries, it will result in a failure. So initially we have to clear things. We have to have a strong time. What is the operating time? We have to explain detailedly to the buyer. So sir, we need sufficient time. Then only we can do it. Okay. Apart from this is scheduling. I already scheduling that we need to schedule when the machine has to be start, how the product has been gone, when it should be packed, when it should be reached the customers, how the products has been delivered from the industries to the customers. So that is we are calling, say we have to add the dispatching also in scheduling. Okay. And finally, we have to evaluate what type of things, activities we have been done, whether it is good or bad. These are the activities which is very, very essential for every kind of entrepreneur. If you want to be an entrepreneur, we have to strong enough in these things, not because of finally focusing on final product. Manufacturing means we have to detailedly analyze each and every activities in a thing. Okay, what are the critical decisions we have to take? There may be a numerous number of decisions we are taking in the planning process itself. I am explaining about only a planning process. Okay, the first planning process is, I already stated that focusing on product development. This is the first topics I have been explaining it. Product development means we have to design the product. We have to design the product. Last 20 years, the dairy milk shapes, the shape of the dairy milks and the has been changed frequently to attract the audience. Same kind of products, same taste. There may be variations has been shown to the people, has been silk, bubbles, so much on. They have been giving the same products in a different name by attracting more number of audience. Every periods they are giving attention for some kind of peoples, but it will be reached to more kind of audience. That's why I am saying it's designing of the product is very, very essential thing. The design should attract the peoples, then it will, whatever the product, the people only started focusing on design. That's why we will say what type of goods and services we are giving, which will be attracted, how it will be going to be attracted. That is the first decisions we have to take it out. Second one is, now the design has been okay. Now we have to detailedly study about our own organization. What is the capacity? Did every company go focus on 100% of their capacities? Not at all. They will go as much as 80%, 60 to 80% of the capacity can be utilized. Rest of the 20% has been always be ideal. When it is required, they will expand. Initially, we have to plan for 100%. Out of 100%, 60 to 80% of the capacity should be utilized. Right? And we have to find out what is the total maximum capacity of the plant, out of which how we are going to produce as a monthly plan. How we have to produce as a monthly, because for capacity we need technology and equipment. These two things has been a main criteria. That's why I'm saying it's a process. For a process, we need technology as well as equipment, which is very, very important for conversion stages. Okay, next thing is locations. I already stated that where there may be a lot of criteria has been there for selecting the major for entrepreneur. We need to reach the market. We need to, the logistics should be available, whether it may be roadways or airways or seaways. The product should be reached in anything nearest to the market. And third one is availability of resources. Whether the locations, it is possible to get the products nearby itself. These three criteria is very, very essential. Apart from this, government rules and regulations, government subsidies, electricity things, and climatic conditions, soil conditions, everything has been taken care, and there may be a lot of detailed analysis has been done. Based on that analysis alone, the locations of the industries has been taken. Okay. Next one is now we are in detail about the layout of the organization. Layout means it's a blueprint of our organization where the missionaries and men are going to be worked. That is called the arrangement of facilities. Arranging the facilities inside the organization. Location is the first step where we are going to do a business. Now I am saying if we have selected a locations, now we have to construct the industry for run a business. For that industry, we have to think is how the industry is going to be run. So we have to provide a reasonable working environment inside the organizations, and our employees should be in a comfort mode. Then only they can produce as much of their best. So we can get more number of we can get a more performance from them. This is what the main decision we have to take. Okay. Next decision is, my focus is, I have clearly said this, supply chain is very, very important, because for any kind of manufacturing things, we have to buy the products from the customers and we have to sell the products towards the customers. For that, we need everything in a timely. That's why the time management or just in time is the main category, which is very highly helpful for supply chain management, because inventory is the primary criteria for industries. So we have to decide how much of inventory is required for producing the product, when it is required, when this kind of inventory is required, because we can find out the inventory, but we cannot get an order, we cannot place an order throughout the year, we cannot stock everything. What is the monthly requirement, or what is the weekly requirement, or what is the daily requirement? Then we have to place this kind of requirements towards the seller and ask them to sell the products, deliver the product on daily basis or weekly basis, or it may be in a monthly basis. Because instead of keep the product in stock, we can use the product, we can keep as a resource for whether it may be for 3 days or it may be 7 days. It may be depending on the entrepreneurship's capabilities. So I already stated that material requirement planning is very, very essential activities we have to carry out. This is also one among the planning activities an entrepreneur has to do. How much money, how much investment, you can say, I clearly explained that. Why I am saying this is for a vendor having a retail shops or doing any kind of business, he doesn't know. He has been thinking.
Hello. Hello. Sir, Lakshman sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Hello, ma'am, it is audible?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Ma'am, whether the voice has been cut for a longer period, ma'am, or just now it has been break?
No, sir, just now only, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Just only.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. So we have to clearly think about the reorder, because reorder, whenever we need additional requirements, we have to make an order immediately. And for a routine thing is we have to order for that. That's why I have been clearly saying supply chain purely depending on inventory, and we need a proper planning for inventory, and we have to scheduling also, right? Okay. Next decision we have to taking as a maintenance. Whether we are focusing on, we have to really in reality, or it should be properly, all the equipments and everything has been maintained properly. We are the who is going to be take care of the responsible. Example, I have been personally seen in Fenner while going to the industrial visits. The employees who is taking care every activities. He is doing his duty and he is taking care of other. He doesn't focus on any other things. I have been observing for more than 1 hour for a particular employees. He has done his duty and he will check all the products before entering into the product players or sitting into his job, starting his job. He's checked everything and he will do all the activity prior check, and he will make even the oil and everything has been finally analyzed. Then only he will start a business. And after periodical check, he will be pour the oils and everything has been properly analyzed. This is so because it is not a duty. He has to producing the product is duty, but even though producing, the machine is having a total control of the employees, so he is taking care of all the maintenance activities. If he has been while closing the product and the next person is going to take care, he has been giving an instruction. So this kind of activities has been done. You have to take care. Likewise, they have been strongly connected with the missionaries because they know everything about the missionaries. So this is why I am saying it. Who is going to maintain the missionaries inside the organizations, right? Okay. Next decisions we have to think is, okay, now I have been explaining about manufacturing industries, whether all the product is we can produce or we can manufacture all the product inside our organization itself. It is not possible at all. It is not possible at all. We are depending on, why I am saying it's, there may be a, in the management term, we are calling that as a make or buy decision. This is what every organization has been done. I'm not want to say about the company name. While visiting to the industrial visits, I have been discussing with the manager. He is clearly told, out of 100%, we are only producing 50% of the product inside our organization. We are producing the major components. The rest of the products we have been placing the order nearby in the industry. That organization we have visited is the biggest one, and say in producing the tractor industries in Madurai, where they themselves said, for this products we are expecting the support from so many industries. They are saying that we are having a more number of suppliers. I asked that why you are being so instead of manufacturing, instead of producing the product, why can't you do the same activities by expanding and giving more number of opportunities to them? They clearly said this is the make or buy decision, which is very, very essential, sir. If we produce the same product, the cost compared to the product cost, which is it is not possible for us to produce as cheaper than the competitors. So why we have to produce? By adding a peoples, giving a space, maintaining the office and arranging the machineries and doing the produce. The cost may be 1 rupee or it may be 1,200. Whereas the supplier has been ready to give for 1,100. So this can be done by make or buy analysis. That's why I'm saying this. Most number of manufacturing sectors don't go for producing all the products among yourself. Instead of that, prepare for major areas and concentrating on the vendor systems. If the vendor has been properly available and go with the strong connections with them, then only we can find out what is the best possible way to produce, buy the product from the vendors as cheaper as instead of producing that. That's why I'm saying it's a make or buy decision is the important area for analyzing it, right? Okay. Next, planning process. I have been clearly that there must be different types of facilities. I have been that. Okay. I have detailedly, I will say that what are the facilities we are calling it's a layout is arrangement of men and missionaries inside the organization. I have been seeing it. So the first thing is, I hope everyone knows that there may be for every producing of any kind of products, there may be numerous number of process has to be taken care. Numerous number of process. For any type of products, there must be 7 to 8 or 6 to 5 to 6. It may be depending on everything. If we enter into a parlogy, they have been clearly said there have at least 8 to 10 process has been there for conversions of biscuit, for producing a biscuits. It has been crashed by every process, and finally they are producing a product. For a laundry, if anyone is doing their laundry business, the first thing is it should be collected from the companies, and it should be come back to our industries, and it should be properly labeled according to the industry, and we have to find out the starting, and we have to clean everything and drying everything, and it should be again go back to the assembly section. We have to once again it should be taken by this our loading department, and it should be delivered to them. So out of which around 6 to 7 process has been done. So the arrangements of individual process is called as the first one is I said that process layout. Product layout means every industries, if we go for a TVS or buying seeing an industry, the first thing is they will assemble for chases. The tire has been connected with the ground chase, then it has been moved to the other parts, then the four sides of windows and everything has been assembled, then the engine has been fixed and the upper portion has been fixed. Before that, the electricity has been finalized, and next one it has been go for quality testing. Last, after all the testing has been cleared, we will receive the product. So this is called as the product layout. So we have to differentiate it, how the process has been carried out, how the product has been done, in what type of process has been done. Because in some industries there must be the major area has been fixed, the rest of the people has been carried forward. If you think is for any kind of two-wheeler manufacturing product, Harley Davidson for every process, he will assemble the product, and at last he will sign inside the bullets, and he has been delivered. The product has been assembled by individual process. He has been moved from one area to another area to another area. At the last, he will complete the finished product, and it will be given to the customers. Right? So there must be different types of varieties how we are going to giving them. Next one is now every industry is focusing towards customer oriented also. If it is manufacturing industries, we cannot give it this kind of thing, customer oriented. Whereas in the service sectors, the layout may be based on the customer expectations. I hope everyone has been went to the malls and everything. Everyone knows what is the first shop, how it has been there, where they exist, where the emergency gate is there, how it will be attract the audience, what is the right side, so what type of store is that, what is the left side stores, how the what are the items has been there in the first floor, how what are the small industries has been kept there in the while entering into the organization. Like this, they have been pre-planned about their entire structure. That's why I am saying that. So the facility layout is the major area we have to concentrate on. Facility layouts, right? Next. Okay. Come back to the next topic. Okay. Now we have to, I have been explaining one more topic is scheduling. I have been said, planning has been completed. Now we have go focusing. I explained 3 things: planning, scheduling, and controlling. I'm coming back to the scheduling. Scheduling means assignment of work and to the machines and employees for a specified time period, when it should be there, which work has been carried out, when it has been carried out, how long it has been carried out. These 3 criteria has been clearly explained. That's I am saying that's the right people, right things should be done at right time, and right machines and tools has been used by the right people. Then only we can produce the right products. Right? So that's why I'm clearly said the scheduling is very essential. For scheduling, we need the support of loading. Loading means we are giving a jobs, we are deciding what type of jobs to be assigned for which kind of machines, how it is going to be produced, what are the sequence of operations, because we cannot give an assurance that there may be numerous number of products can be produced in the same industry. So first machines can be produced for first product, whereas after a particular period it can be used for second product, whereas after particular period it can be used for third period. That's why dividing the system schedule. That's why we have been focusing on machine loading. Okay. What do you mean by priority sequence? This is the very important area. It should be in a scheduling process, because we are doing a routine type of business, routine type of activities. In case of any customization of products has been added to our customer, which has been placed by our customers, then we have to give. So to whom we have to give a first order, that is we call as a first come first serve method is that. Shortest processing time is method is the longest processing time is method is the earliest due day methods. That means whatever the product comes in, it should be delivered first. Otherwise, this product, if we just concentrating on this product, we can produce more number of products. No, we have to concentrate on longest processing time first or shortest processing time first. Otherwise, which is the earlier due date when we have to reach. So these kind of sequencing methodology has been done. There are different kinds of methodologies there for taking care of business. And last thing is controlling. Controlling means the production's control is well defined. It should be controlling the people's material and machineries. We have to proper control these three main things. We have to coordinate the people, we have to coordinate the material, and we have to coordinate the machineries. That's why controlling. Without controlling, we cannot get success. More number of people has been concentrating on planning and scheduling, but they are having a strong focus that and they are doesn't give an importance for controlling it, which will leads to the failures for the organization. That's why I'm saying that planning, scheduling, and controlling is the essential for every kind of entrepreneur who are producing the manufacturing sectors. In the controlling process, what type of thing is we have to focusing on is first one is estimating. Estimating means deciding the quantities of the product to be produced and what is the cost for the product. What is the cost for the product? What is the sales we are expecting in a previously? What type of sales which has been expected? So we have to decide what type of quantity is to be produced and how it to be, what are the cost it should be fixed for particular product. The routing means I already said that determining the sequence of operations to be performed in the production process. Routing means I already clearly stated that every machines we can it should be there may be a numerous number of products can be occupied by the machineries. Now, if the company has given 4 products, the machines can use for all the 4 products or any 2 or any 1. This is called as a routing. Sequence of operations to be performed by a particular production process. So every machines there must be a route chart. When and where the first machines has been, it should be used. When and where everything has been detailedly analyzed. And what type of equipment is to be needed, what type of tools has been needed for particular production period, what type of raw materials has been going there, what type of inspection procedures we are carrying out. These activities has to be clearly maintained in routing things, right? Okay, in loading, we have to focus on whether it has been gone in predetermined way. All the activities has been focused as per the plan, it has been moving or not. Everything to be properly checked and it should be as per the plan, it has been carried out, then there is no problem. If there is any deviation, what has happened, why it is happening, how we are going to solve this kind of product, everything should be carried out. Okay. Next one is we have to focus on dispatching also. Dispatching means after the product, whether it may be work order or shop order, all the product has been produced and it should be as per the schedule we are producing the product. When we are going to give the products to the customers, what is the schedule period, how we are going to deliver the product, whether we are going to deliver the product to their own concerns or to some other persons instead of them, because we cannot sure that it should be supplied to all over. Nowadays every people has been giving order and ask the entrepreneur to deliver the product to some other industry directly. Instead of they are reducing the cost, they are doing this kind of activities also, right? Okay, in this kind of activities, we are saying this expediting also to be taken care of, because expediting means it is a detailed plan. It is ensures that what type of work is carried out and as per the plan it has been delivered or not. Everything should be analyzed. That's why we are calling expediting, right? Okay. Coming back to the last topic, what type of inventory which is very needed, right? I am explaining about planning, scheduling, controlling. This 3 activities has been purely dependent on inventory management. These 3 activities has been purely depending on inventory management. We know that whatever the products we are using, we are calling them as a raw material. When the product has been converted stage, we are calling it is called as a work in progress. If the final product has been reached, it is called as a finished goods. then it should be supplies. It is called as a supplier products. After all the products, everything has been directly sent to the suppliers, right? So we need what type of cost has been included for the inventory, because I already stated that productions management purely helps for reducing the cost. For buying the product, what type of cost has been there? Inventory cost means carrying cost also included, ordering cost also included. This can be explained with the help of yesterday event itself. Our students has been arranged for some other things, their tables and chairs, everything has been bought for rent. So they simply said, sir, this is the budget for our workshop, we organized. So we are going to pay this. When I discussing with the seller directly, he has been adding some other things. I asked that the students are stated that around 5,000 rupees has been charges. You are saying that 7,500. So what is the deviations of them? He claimed simply that, sir, 2 times we have to travel. Your students are saying that only 1 time. We have to, in the initial stages, we send the product through vehicle. So you have to bear the vehicle charges also. Now we have to get back the product. So you also you want to pay the remaining charges also. That means double the charges, transportation costs should be added. Double the transportation cost. This cannot be added. The students, they simply that, sir, traveling charges is just 1,000 rupees or 2,500 rupees, sir. But now he is asking 5,000 rupees as a charges. That means simply we have to calculate everything. That's why I am saying this. Carrying cost as well as ordering cost. Ordering cost means we are making a resource persons, we are asking him to making a call, telephonic calls has been there, clerical expenses is there. After that, the management is receiving and everything order received, everything has been, what are the stationaries and everything, the expenses should be taken care. That's why I'm saying it's a carrying cost as well as ordering cost. Both of the cost has been included in the cost of the products. If you have a proper plan, we can reduce. That's why I have suggested that whenever you are going to place the product, go for economic ordering quantity. Go for economic ordering quantity. Decide which product has to be first. What is the batch size we are going to order? When it is necessary to order, everything has been predetermined and we have to clearly, right? Last, please focus on supply chain management, because if you have a control over the supply chain management, because the moving of goods and services, which is very, very ensured. Some of the customers, I hear that the quality testing department in TVS industries, Fender industries, I hope, they clearly said, sir, early morning we have to deliver to the customers at 4 o'clock. So we schedule at 3 o'clock, we will wait at 3:45 itself. And if the door allowed permitted means we enter into the organization for 4 o'clock and we will deliver the product. This is the routine activities. This is also taken care by the quality departments. This is also a task of the quality department. He clearly suggests that. So for a successful organization, we have to take care each and every areas. If we do this activities, surely the cost of the product, which is essential. For an entrepreneur, it is the primary thing is how quality you have been producing, how lesser cost you can able to produce, and how you can attract the customers, which is very, very essential. By this, I am concluding my topics. Thank you, audience. If you have any queries, please ask me. Hello? Hello? Ma'am, it is audible?
Yes, sir, it's audible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. May I conclude my topics? Anything
Yeah, sir, please,
is
sir.
there in? Okay. Okay, thank you, one and all. I hope I can share my few things, few knowledges which I have been gained through the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lakshman, sir. Thanks for
Thank you.
your accepting our invitation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, participants. The poll question will be posted at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, thank you, madam. Thank